When it comes to overtime, when it comes to your wages, I'm going to get my inspectors. Document. We are going to do all of the analysis of the remaining money that they're supposed to get you over the time, and we'll communicate that decision with them, and they will pay retroactively no money they've been taking from you. And those are open. Today will not be the last. I want to ensure that all of those measures, all of those violations, they live up to in keeping with the labor law. Our private year in this country to improve labor rights in this country, to allow companies to be in compliance with the labor law, is surely the responsibility of the Ministry of Labor. I come to the position not to enrich myself. It's unacceptable. Anybody that gave me bribe, for you not to do the right thing, you will do the right thing. For the Liberian people, because it is the Liberian people that elected us.
Honorable Koluba, I respect for his advocacy he has had throughout the years, good advocacy on transparency and accountability by us in the legislature and the executive. I have a friend who always tells me, if you are right today, you'll be right tomorrow. Honorable Koluba didn't just get up last Sunday and started to rain insults and invectives on the First Family. Honorable Yeka started this 6 years ago. Most people want to forget. Most people want to forget the things that were said about the president of Liberia, President George Weah. Most people want to forget the things that were said about the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. Everyone was silent, everyone was enjoying it, everyone was taking pictures with Honorable Koluba. He was the hero. I told him then that he was wrong.
I thought the first effort would have been in at reconciling the country, taking care of what the needs of the Liberian people, their welfare, poor people looking for food to eat. Today, Bouaka has abandoned the interests of the poor people. He himself seems to be wallowing in corruptible conduct. He is sidestepping the need of our people. He's focusing on things that is not a pressing priority. And it's a concern for me because I believe in the absence of peace, democracy will not flourish. In the absence of sustaining peace, democracy will not thrive. If democracy is supposed to have a fighting chance in Liberia, we'll put first thing first. Take for example, Bouaka violated the code of conduct when he took power even before declaring asset. The code of conduct says you should declare your asset before you take power.
We have sat down with Mando management more than 8 times, and everything they say is fake. Mando CEO will tell you, say, I will buy the phone when you cross the road. He delete your number, say. He put your number on blacklist. Nothing they call true is Imanu. They are all liars. Anything they tell you, no truth inside. This man told all he bringing 8 bosses. He made on to talk with a vendor in Belgium. None of the vendor saying I don't go after to Douala. None of the bosses saying I don't go after. You want to believe some man? They may get someone check or weather check to go Mara. The check pass by. He called out a phone. They were going to come by here. You want to believe that? You want the type of person to go? No, we talk about integrated institution. Mano is not having that integrated to control this place. It's not. But they don't have the integrated. The CBSA, all the pensioners, when you pension for pay them for farmer.
We are calling for an independent forensic investigation to establish the authenticity of what occurred on that fateful day of February 29, and also demanding the government of Liberia to facilitate the conduct of an independent autopsy on the 2 dead bodies of Isa Masale and Abraham Kekula that are yet to be buried. We are also calling the attention of the international community through their embassies or diplomatic missions located near Ovion to pay keen attention to the deadly situation which occurred in Kinjor, Grand Cape Man County. Peaceful citizens' lives were lost, and some were brutally manhandled by the Liberian National Police while representing the interests of the Beer Mountain Mining Corporation. And these are flagrant human rights violations.
You think Joseph Bouaka will lose my hand to be corrupt? The corruption in Italy will not use my hand to be corrupt. And watch the process and see. The process has started. If the police refuse to save for the people, then how many there's no police? Police say for me, I will not come. And they make a attempt to come for me. They can't handle my case. I'll be fighting to take one call from one start there. What's supposed to start, we start.
This country is the rule of law.
Oh, anyone came to the police, you see the rule of law, right? Follow the law, right? Let them not respect me and go through my case. That big money, you see, Brother Put there doing so, they went to World Trade Center. We will know Joseph Boakai Basa who went to World Trade Center. So what's the process and see? You think Joseph Boakai will use my hand to be corrupt? The police, according to the police, they went there, they said there's no management to Jema. They don't know anybody to come. So the police are advised again, apart from the company abroad, I'm going to actually go and reduce it into rating. I'm going to reduce it into rating. These people will come. People will come and show us why they make commitment on paper with their signature and they refuse to live up to their commitment. When the executive get involved, so I will get involved with Joseph Boakai. The law will be the law. Will change government because one thing to be straight. Let J-Man come here and say the signature is done. What are they hiding for? What are they hiding for? When the executive get involved, I will declare vote of no confidence in the police. And when I do that, then we will start what we're supposed to start. When the executive get involved, I will get involved with Joseph Boakai. The law must be the law. No one will come here for J-Man to say this is not a signature. Why are they hiding for? Whole big institution, no management. And they say they can't find management, you believe that? So I'm doing a formal complaint. My complaint coming tomorrow. I'm going to do a formal complaint, attach copy of the voucher that I received, the coupon I received, with their signature on it, and they are nothing that their signature on it. Then they will not come. They don't know that there is no police. If the police can't get me people, the police will not get me in case of anything.
Were you denied access to get your material from
Yes,
T-Bags?
I went there and said, they can't get my material. Why you can't get my material for? People looking on fire, they don't know why they're on fire. These people will come. These people will show called why their signature on that thing, I can't get my material. I will get that material.
How will you know when the executive get involved?
I will know. When I refuse to come and the police can't take action, I'm the executive involved. I'm a citizen of this country, right? I brought complaint, right? Let the people come. Where I should go? If I bring complaint to the police, my complaint can be heard. I will act as rebel. My complaint is they give me paper with a signature on it. They refuse to give me.
Who gave you the paper?
J-Man gave me paper. It's on the J-Man. They give it to me. Let the police refuse to bring local. They will tell you what behind it. They will tell you what behind it.
Don't trouble nothing too much, you know.
Love you, 4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back. Here within my arms again. Long time no see. Out your love, I'm lonely. I miss you, and it's too hard to bear. What have you done to me? I'm waking up in the middle of the night without you. And it's so unfair. I toss and turn, reach for you, only my pillows. Soon I wake, the morning, the sun rises, but I'm alone. Hurts my soul. 1, 2, 3, I'm loving you. 4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back. 1, 2, 3, I love you. 4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back. Here within my arms again. It shows on my face, the evidence is right here. My smile has been erased. Can't you tell? I have no appetite. My food has no taste. I'm losing weight. Thought you could be replaced. I daydream of you and me and how great we used to be. Oh, girl, and I firmly believe I've turning all these dreams into reality. And like a child, I would say it's so easy to you.
1, 2, 3.
I love you.
4, 5, 6.
I miss you.
7, 8, 9.
I want you back.
And we are on the holiday with it.
2, 3. I love you.
It's Unification Day in Liberia, they say.
7, 8, 9. I want you back.
A divided country still grappling with the wounds of malice, hate, grudge, discrimination, and on and on. Yet it is Unification Day. Unification in the true sense of the word, or political decree.
Long time no see. Without your love, I'm lonely.
So let us say thank you so very kindly, man, that you join us for the show Bits and Pieces on Voice of Liberia 104.1 Monrovia, Voice of Liberia 89.7 Kakata Magibi County, Voice of Liberia 90.7 Bon County. Be online radio. We can also be heard from wherever you are around the world. www.voiceofliberiaradio.com. My name is Sam Andrews. Edwin Dra is in on the Unification Day. We are unified to talk about the unification, if there is any. But guess what? Just so you know ahead of time, Edwin Dra has a couple of reservations about this day. He's not comfortable with it.
It's too hard to bear.
So just so you know what lies ahead of us.
Certainly. You know, that's how it goes. That's life in a way. When you understand the philosophy of life, you have to accept some of those things, you know. Yeah.
Unification. LIB, the Mystery Society. Okay. Thank you so very kindly, Ben. So, welcome to the show.
I'm loving you. 4, 5, 6. I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9. I want you back.
So let's get to recognize those of you who are on, and then we will cut across the country to talk to some of our county correspondents. Something is happening. Yeah. Yeah, we'll cut across the country to talk to some of our correspondents to see what is unfolding there. Besides the political scene, what's the atmosphere from unification perspective? Then we don't think it will be possible. We try to get it being possible. So the PUL is in tatters, and you don't want to maintain a membership with the Press Union of Liberia. Well, I'm not telling you to join your membership. I'm just telling you how I am personally, because we try the best we can to get this whole melee or misunderstanding resolved. But it seems the Press Union of Liberia is more recalcitrant. And you know what the word recalcitrant means? A hasty person. Very hard to deal with person, even though when you see sense in what people saying, yet you resist. You don't want anything good to happen. You're just resisting everything. When somebody tell you you're a recalcitrant character, well, then fall down, pray, ask God to take it from in you. When they say you are a recalcitrant husband, well, then examine yourself carefully. When they say you are a recalcitrant wife, I'm sorry, that holiday today will make some social stuff will mix into it. Right, you saw that fight, that competition between the two Liberian ladies for a man, with the commentary on it.
It can be interesting at times, you know. You can like lock on your phone, try to search on something different. You know, when you enter the Facebook, you see a lot of interesting things happening on the internet.
Yeah,
you know,
real
just
fight.
get you laughing, yeah. Yeah, honestly, that was a real fight, and somebody took it now, download that, and put
Yeah.
commentary on it instead of commentating the fight.
Yeah, but it
And,
was a competition. It was a battle for supremacy, wasn't it?
no, it was not actually a competition that was organized.
But no,
It
but
wasn't
no,
organized, but-
competition is when somebody wants his or her desire or interest to be met. So he or she does everything to overpower his opponent. So they were in a fight for a man.
No, but I think it becomes decent when it is organized. But here, once it is not organized, we turn that to be a war, in fact, because the person, the other person was not in the readiness, and the other lady, because she felt she wanted to have fight for her man or whatever stuff, so you saw her going the way she went, and she went, she fought for herself.
Okay, let's pick up those of you who have come on as quickly as we can on this Unification Day. Dra has his opinion. I have mine. We will share ours. So, Duarte, you've come on. Thank you ever so much. You've come on from the United States of America. Hope that you are faring well from that end of the world. Tina Cooper, you've come on from Denver, Colorado, the United States of America too. It's good to have you on. Juja Oneway, you've come on from Johnsonville. Emmanuel Sando, you are following from Broadville City. James Pilley, your last name is P-A-I-L-E-Y. Hope I'm pronouncing it well. James Pilley, you've come on from, you said, no, I'm not taking comment now about Unification Day when we'll talk about it first, but it's good to have you on. Samson Kerry, you've come on from Batnusville Township, you said. Slag Abdullah Ben Adman, you've come on from Canada. Ophelia Zoyan, thank you so much. You've come on. You didn't say where you're following from. Jackson Pony of Iron Factory, Block B, Block C, thank you ever so much. You are a member of Block Titan. Thank you for coming on. Gabriel Mann, you've come on from Broadville. I'm told that you're recovering well now. Thank God Almighty. Who else? Bueno S. Jala, you've come on from Dubai. You say thanks for the show. Thank you for coming on too. Stephen Coker, you come on from Minnesota, the United States of America. All right. Thank you ever so much, all of you who have joined in on the show in Liberia from where you are. Yomotro Kringa, thank you ever so much for coming on. We are thrilled by your presence. Hope that you are having a wonderful time from where you are. Classical Duke, you are following from Doe community, the Slum community, great community. We have most part historically of our rising in that part of Liberia, Doe community, Clara Town. Okay, Yomotro Kringa, thank you ever so much. Classical D. All right, so like I said, we'll run across the country to give you an understanding of what is unfolding. We will also give you an understanding of the atmosphere. Today is Unification Day. So let's start with the day, Unification Day in Liberia. The country with too many holidays. Too many holidays. Doesn't feel the economic pinch as long as the political leaders, the lawmakers, the president, vice president, or just put everybody in one characterization, the elites, the rest of the people will have to live with it. So nobody would think it necessary to look at some of those holidays to have them repealed. Instead, they live on. But the legislature will move to repeal some laws in their opinion are archaic. Hence, they no longer suit modernism. In their opinion, they are right. And I can tie it into what Representative Sempi Jala said yesterday. And the guy is clever. He said that change evolves with time. That means if you're using these computers this time, next year is not going to be. So you can focus principally and primarily or your entire life on this computer. You have to be thinking of the ones that will come after this one. So in essence, you fit yourself into the future before. So you have all of these holidays and the guys are not thinking. So today they say it's Unification Day. Well, here is Liberian politician and journalist Edwin Dra with his thought on Unification Day. Let's have your thought, Dra.
Okay, thank you, sir.
But it seems you're not too satisfied with it. Is that the way you're counting this?
No, I'm pleased with the day.
Because you got live.
Yeah, I got live, and besides, it's our call to duty. We have to come, and fill in, no matter what it takes, So we want to use this medium to say Happy Unification Day to all of our regular followers, our supporters. From Voice of Liberia, whatever part of Liberia you find yourself, we say Happy Unification Day. But, Unification Day today is a holiday. A holiday is meant to be observed and celebrated, regardless of how the nature of the holiday is being considered. But on the overall scene in Liberia or other parts of the world, we know that holiday is a day where you will not go to work, and what is being prescribed or considered that everyone should observe that day to be is what we will do. Today, Unification Day is meant to reconcile, it's meant to dialogue, it's meant to apologize, it's meant to bring together the bitter parts of you and someone else, so as to you can have that togetherness and do away with what has happened in the past. But unlike for we, the citizens, we will consider the unification very paramount. We take it very serious. But on the contrary, our leaders of the country will not take this day so seriously because they got everything to their disposal, and they will not want to have themselves coming down to have the day celebrated with the citizens. Unification Day, this day should be set aside, especially after we have just come from an election in 2023. After the election, there were jargons or there were jab talks thrown at each other during electioneering times or election period. And people insulted each other, people sued each other, people threw stones at each other, and there were a lot more observed in the election period. After the election now, election is over. A very fast-sighted politician will try to put back their group together or their districts or county or countries together right after the election. But many of them will sit back and say, we don't have funding yet, we want to wait on government budget to pass. Yet then stay, they have received money to furnish their various offices, and the material they will put in the various offices, there will be still money left for more things to be done. So how much does a representative or senator need to go back to his district or county and put back together the people through reconciliation forms? Go back to the county, even if you can have that kind of big program that will call the multitude of the people, but you can select a very few platforms that will call for reconciliation, that people will know exactly that you need togetherness in your district or your county. But many of the lawmakers have never gone back to observe that in their various districts, considering the fact that there was a huge tension during the election time. People insulted each other up to current. There has been nothing being done so that the people can come back together and see as to whether the Liberia we all need can be given back to us as to how we want it to be. So now today is the national holiday, where if you consider that to have been a mistake, where
the lawmaker or the leader of that particular community, they now go back right after the election to have put back together the people. Today is a national holiday considering unification. It is when we consider or expect the leaders to go back to their various districts or counties to put the people together, make them to understand, say, this is a national holiday. We are not to sit in Monrovia, especially those of lawmakers who come from, the outside part of Monserrado County. Go back to your district. Have the day celebrated. You can have a tournament. Put back together the various clans in your district. They can have a tournament. Put together the various big towns in your district or your county. They can have a tournament. They can have a peace march where people will march from one end of the district or the county to another. Symbolics the peace in the county or the district. When you do that as a leader, that means you are actually a truth leader. People will see the true representation in you. But rather than considering yourself to be their leader, after the election, people have gone headed scatter. You don't have a single time to go back and put the people together. So it appears as if you only go there to cajole them, sugarcoat, and turn their hand, take the election. After winning the election, you sit in Monrovia here without going back to your district or your county. And it is not a good call. It's not a good sound. Liberia is considered, or is a very heavily divided society at the moment. Given the just ended election statistics where you saw the CDC and the Unity Party, head to head or neck to neck with results being counted across the entire country. So you know that it was just a minute portion that disagree with former President George Weah that got President Bouaka winning the election. Minute portion. So you will consider this to be that you got a serious opponent or opposition within the country. Every radio platform or talk show in Liberia, you will have majority of the callers latching at this government. The government is not doing this, the government is not doing that. But what can bring those people together? It is reconciliation. Today we celebrate the Unification Day. For me, until somebody call and tell me that the government of Liberia celebrated the National Unification Day, maybe through a program somewhere that we don't know. I, as a journalist, I don't know, but it does not mean it does not exist today. But I'm not in the know that the government ever observed this day holistically or on the overall scene, invite the various counties heads, senators, where you see senators, almost like how they always can celebrate the bicentennial.
Besides today, Juan, the government have never ever recognized any holiday in terms of making a difference that will set a precedent. They have never done that, and this means from previous governments to the current. Today, before today, we had a couple of holidays. Apart from the Decoration Day,
we have March 15,
Gigi Roberts,
Joseph Gigi Roberts,
and then we have one fast and prayer. Did we have a fast and prayer holiday?
Yeah, we also had the Armed Forces Day celebration.
Yeah. Okay,
February 11.
So we had series of holidays. Now, this one, it says unification, and it simply means to unify, to hold together, to reconcile, to make amends, to do away with differences, to come together as one, ridding individual self of every hate, bitterness of oneself against another person, and move as a family and institution. That's what it's all about. The word unity, unification is just this. It's just the word. The word unity, and unity simply is the same as the love. It's the same as reconciliation. It's the same as peace. It's the same as all of those words that tie people together in one mind. So today, Like I said about previous holidays in the past, what the government needed to have done and didn't do, I thought they would have taken some cues from those talks and then try to do something to make a difference on today, since this is Unification Day. But today, as always, was just a rest day, or it is just a rest day. Everybody stays home and then amuse yourself whichever way you can under the banner of unification. Not bad at all, but something has to be done. The second thing is the government will have organized something, but they will settle for small program of the elite, what we usually see. And then I thought that the president, even if he isn't in the country yet, his vice president is here, the pro tem, the speaker, the deputy speaker, and other top brass or brasses of the government, they are all here, will reach out in a solemn ceremony to the other side of the political divide, or will issue, besides the political proclamation, the president will extend the proclamation. That means a part of the proclamation will carry reconciliation love, will try to bring people together in a solemn ceremony that, given what we've come out of as a country and what we continue to see still, it means we have to do something, and if ever was the time to do it, and do it with honesty and sincerity to move our country forward, now is the time. Hence, when I get back into the country, we are going to organize this. In fact, before I can get back to the country, Mr. Vice President, I destined that you do this, you organize this, get all of the political leaders on board. The opposition, imposition, opposition, whoever. Let's bring everybody on at the round table and let's trash out our differences and move forward. When that is done, you will see a change in the atmosphere. The atmosphere will shift. This is what I have always expected of the president. The president takes the lead in any and everything nationally. So if the president cannot take the lead from January 22nd, what are people that didn't do it in the past? You got the responsibility now. You ought to do it. You ought to make a difference. The country is headed downward hill. This country isn't progressing. Don't be fooled. Don't be carried away because you hear about investors or the rehabilitation of roads, the construction of bridges. Don't be carried away by those things. They are development, but they are not development by human togetherness. You can have skyscrapers. You can even turn Liberia into heaven. Once the people are divided, once there is the intensity of grudge, of discrimination, of hate, malice against each other, all of your investments are in vain. You can have the best of all. But once the country is still divided, once there is hate, and that hate is so strong amongst the people as we see, the president himself can reach out. The president has never ever attempted to have any gathering of such. The president has always kept himself and his people in their corner. The other people, since they were there and their time finished, they stay in their corner. So what do you have? It's division.
So it's a low-key celebration.
You live in a country, you don't even know that we get former president in this country or former presidents. Madam Salif is in the country, you have day like this, nothing. Former president we are is in the country, you have day like this, nothing. Everybody in their own corners. And you can move like this. It's not fair. So when you have a day, even though it is not really, it doesn't have that spiritual implication because it was a political decree, unification. But given that you are a Christian, and I hope that I can get that voice, the foreign minister in America with the president, they called her to introduce the president to speak. You know what she went there to say? How the man is a deacon, the man met all the requirements of a deacon. You don't argue that because I have it read before me. How the man is a good deacon. The man, since she met the man,
Joe?
yeah,
Joe?
they call her, they say, just introduce as per the protocol.
Yeah,
they say, Sam Andrews, please bring on Joa to do his presentation. Then instead of Sam Andrews saying, Joa is the person responsible for this, we are pleased to have the Joa in our midst to deliver his address. Sam Andrews go sit down. Sam Andrews start talking. Oh, the thing I ain't in the people thing. How the man is a deacon. The man been deacon for 25 years. He met all the requirements of a deacon as if their ordination.
You know, yeah,
let me get it, man.
That word
let
of,
me get it.
yeah, Samuel, that way of ushering, leaders in our country is what they are getting glued to when they say introduce our guest speaker. You're going to start explaining how the person got married, how many kids the person got, how many degrees the person has. That's how, I think they thought of, carrying the other side. But internationally, when you have gone on a diplomatic
let me hold
trip,
you there, just so to be convinced. Yes, this foreign minister.
President Joseph Numa Bota. I've only been working with him a few months, but it seems like 20 years. I am blessed to hear from his wisdom. And he's a deacon. And people of God know the qualifications of a deacon.
Deacon in the pastor church.
And he has fulfilled all of the qualifications of a deacon. A deacon.
You know why I brought this in, Dra? Not necessarily to mimic the foreign minister, but you have the president who is a religious leader, a deacon, who is the president of a country, and the country is divided, and the president, the deacon president, cannot move to do anything.
Deacon Joe.
Yes, Deacon Joe.
Yeah, Deacon Joe.
Deacon Joe will not move. So who has the obligation? Who the responsibility falls on? Deacon Joe.
I like the title in line with the name Deacon Joe. Joe in the Bible, and Deacon, he has accumulated a deacon title in Liberia. So Deacon Joe will have to get close to all religious leaders.
Deacon is a pastor. When you say deacon, it's just like in Liberia, like in our country, the people think deacon, that lower person. Yeah, they think it's a lower state.
It's similar to former president. We are too, right? We as a pastor, or
a pastor,
or a reverend. That is
my man. Right? That is the same thing. That thing you can say reverend. It just means humility. Yeah, that's all. You are a pastor, but you humble yourself at the service of the people.
So
That's why when that argument came up, people say, "Oh, we are not pastor, you're not this and that." I said, "Come on, you get on that side because you don't even know." Deacon, pastor is anybody who preaches the word of God. Imam is anybody who preaches the word of God. Anybody who preaches the word of God is a minister of the gospel. So deacon means pastor. In the days of old, if you look in the Bible, that how they will call their ministers. So she's simply saying pastor.
Yeah, Deacon,
Pastor Joe.
Deacon
Deacon Joe. So the deacon now will not move. Who has the responsibility? It's a great advantage. You have everything at your disposal. Don't allow this day to pass. Call a solemn ceremony. You and I may not know readily, but the president knows because his officials, they are aware of all the holidays. So they saw this holiday coming. It's there.
There should be a ceremony.
Yeah. Tell Mr. President that, oh, look, we got 4 months ahead of us, or we have 3 months. This country is divided, Mr. President. Let's organize a solemn ceremony bringing all of our people together. And let's also make it simultaneous. Let's have programs in the various counties, like you were saying. And let people come together and speak their minds and rid themselves of every hate and bitterness, and we move forward. And that's how God blesses a country. You think when you build road, when you bring investors, you think that I can bring God blessing? No.
Once the people together.
That what brings blessing. But when the people are divided, the other person get hate for this one. The other person you want to see the one. The other one say this thing about this person. The other one is divided. Then God say, about Liberia, you can get my blessing. You'll be there. You'll be fighting. Even though you say your deacons there, you'll be fighting. Yeah, you're in a politician and you'll be fighting.
Man. You know, sometimes it can be too discouraging, you know, too disgusting to understand. Somebody will criticize their predecessors and say, this person is not competent, the person's like this, the person like that. And when you have given the person the opportunity to serve, there will be no difference from how the predecessor proceeded with administrative proceedings with the other person who have taken on. So it just draw our attention that what actually happened to us Liberians, is it that we have gone somewhere wrong, or is it that our foreparents did certain things that God is punishing us today? Or is it that we are always missing the track to get on path developmentally, to be united? So as Liberia can be compared to other nations, because I don't see any country you want to compare Liberia with in terms of progressiveness. If that witchcraft thing, they say somebody was flying, you compare it with Nigeria, because you can watch Nigeria frames, you say people can fly in the frame.
Those 3 questions, listening to you carefully, you know that you have summarized Liberia's problem?
Certainly.
Those 3 questions, Liberia finds itself in those 3 questions. I think those are the questions that Liberia needs to ask itself. Those 3 questions, Deacon Joe, who is the drum major, needs to ask those 3 questions. Truly, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening? Why this country cannot move from one level to another on a peaceful path? We're not saying there will not be misunderstanding and confusion. Every country, once you have people, but to a maximum degree, a country holds together.
Certainly.
And who is the glue? Who is the melting pot to get the country on it? The president.
The head. The president. So if the president will come down high, take a particular policy and try to implement it, even if the implementation of that policy goes high, people will consider it being against them, but that's policy. Because what happens when you are making a policy before the implementation, you first seek the inheritance or the inhabitants of the policy, who are those to benefit from the policy, and it should always be majority. And once majority will benefit from the policy you're making, though we accept the prevailing situation before the implementation of the policy will come down high, there will be bitterness, there will be misreaction, misviews about people, but the fact is that once you have envisioned that this policy will change Liberia from one part to another, and even the generation to come, when they come and meet this path, they will have to follow the path. As a government, you should have a priority. Have that as a priority. Once you take that into consideration, all other persons who will come after you will follow suit and follow the path that you have set. And when these things are happening, like you see in other nations, it's not something like other people, are not happy, or how their president handling the affairs of their country. Same.
So, on this day, something the government did as part of its reconciliation, they said, which in my opinion, this is a complete mockery, an insult to the former president. As much as everyone has their interpretation, we respect people's opinion and that of the former president, however or whichever way he sees it. But this is my personal opinion. The former president, whoever may have organized it or envisioned it and did this, was a mockery, insult, not one that represents the country on today unifying itself or wants to unify itself. Yeah, what it said, Drab. Republic of Liberia, National Unification Hero Awards 2024 to Ambassador George Manen Weah. Above all, for demonstrating a spirit of patriotism and reconciliation by conceding defeat to the opposition party as an incumbent, thus averting the possibility of violence that could have disrupted the 2023 legislative and presidential in Liberia. Moreover, May 13, 2024, National Unification Hero goes on with the other. Now, why would you want to honor a person or term the former president unification hero for conceding defeat? In my opinion, you make mockery of the person. You make mockery. You can do that. You are not forced to do anything like this on a day, on Unification Day. You've moved to sow a seed of discord, making mockery of the former president, that because he conceded defeat, so he reconciliation hero. What impact, how does that transform this day, or what the government should have done to get the people coming together? It's not about President Weah conceding defeat that you should refer to him as unification hero. What is the unification in conceding defeat? What is the unification? There isn't any unification in conceding defeat. Concession simply means the person reaches the conclusion with all of the facts available that he or she loses the election or lost the election. Hence,
and you have to accept.
Accept. So what's the reconciliation there? What's the unification there? Now, you don't want to tread such route. There are certain things you just leave, Joa. You just leave it. You don't get any program organized to get all of the political leaders on board. The country is bitterly divided. Hate is the order of the day. Malice is triumphing in every place, every workplace, every business center. You walk on the street, people are just bitter. They're just insulting, all kinds of things happening, people killing each other. Look what's happening all over the country. People dying. They said Kush was in the country, Kush was killing people. On Unification Day, people stay dying of Kush. People being found all over the place. Zombie now.
Another new drugs.
Yes, sorry, thank you. Zombie.
Yeah.
Zombie.
So even same, what happened is that the organization or whoever that behind this war going to former President George Weah, it has the propensity of undermining the smoothness of this government. Why? Because you already got the sedition who are mad with how the results was being handled, and you coming up like you making mockery out of their leader. And today is a National Unification Day. Instead of the government setting up a ceremony to draw the attention of everyone to go there and have the day celebrated, now you are on the other hand like you making mockery out of their leader. This can plunge into a serious noise that say you feel you want to make mockery out of us because we accepted the result. Okay, now the result was not fair. The result went like this, it went like this. It will bring up noise in the country. These things are not good. Let's try to be matured enough. Let the politics out of every other thing. You know, we want to politicize everything in the country. Let me be real, right? There are some philosophical ideologies we can implement without involving politics, and the country can rely on that and move forward. Today is National Unification Day. Our thoughts should be, what can we do to reconcile the people of Liberia? Both the UPIST and the seditions, the ANC and the ALP, the LPDP, what can we do to bring these people together? That should be the thought. But instead, you want to come up with a component of talk to aggravate a portion of the citizens, and we all know what a violence can turn to. The seditions, we got to be talking to them. The UPIST, we got to be mature enough. This is our government. The UPIST, this is our government. Because I put it myself there because we are Liberian. This is our government. We need to be mature enough in handling the affairs of our country. Because everything we do, people will tell it to be bad, especially the poor who wanted to take this shit that we took from them. So we need to be mature enough how we go about handling the affairs of our country. But anything on the contrary will plunge the country into different things. And the country, we don't need it to be into different things before we realize that we have an effort in building the peace of the country. We can leave the country like this and realize that we have effort, that we can progress, and the country will be transformed from one stage to another, that we can set a stage or standard that our unborn generation will come and meet, that past generation did not do. We can stay on that path. The generation to come can benefit, and they can start from there, and our country in future can be compared to another country. Anything other than that, our country will continue to be like an environment, in some of the Western countries, in the slums. The slums part of the Western country is somewhere where, people always experiencing disasters, they experiencing noise. Every time the slum community will now be a community that will improve. So we don't want our country to be like that, how people would classify our country to be like an environment in the West. But let's consider our country to be one of the peaceful countries, so we can progress and see that the country can be a better place for you and I.
Liberia is in a terrible situation. The atmosphere is tense. Unlike Mr. President and his advisors move to do something about it, we will continue to be in this. We are 176. Couple of months from now, we'll be celebrating 177. 177 will be celebrating in a couple of months. Mr. President got just few months to figure out something that are very significant. If he can use the country's independence to not only speak of the divide, the difference, but to bring everybody on board and trash out their differences and move forward, that will be the best time. The Independence Day. So, because this one, no, Mr. President, nothing. There's no need. There's no need. Some of these days, we need to erase them from our historical maps. They're not necessary. Unification is necessary. Decoration Day is necessary. Those other ones called, the other holidays like J.J. Roberts, yes, that the first president of the country that is purely historical is in our DNA. You can never ever tamper with that holiday. But there are other holidays that mean absolutely no significance. Look at this one today. People just sitting home enjoying themselves. In the communities, misunderstanding, strife, confusion. You say Unification Day. Then Mr. President too, not taking any lead. When you talk, then they get vexed. Former President Salif was there. They say, oh, President Salif needs to do this. The president needs to do this. Judge Joachim is, oh, the president needs to do this. Why do people say the president? Because the president is the leader. The president is the one who initiates. The president is the one who starts the implementation. and everyone follows. Once the president takes the lead, the country is motivated. Because if you observe Liberia, if you put up your sociological cap, it's as simple to understand. If you look at Liberia society so carefully, the people here, they love their president than any other country love the president in the world. Liberia is the only country. Our president can go anywhere. Our president can enter into any crowd. Our president can go in Kobosha, sit down, and our president can go to play. Let anyone. When George Weah came here, and people used to be racing because they say, but all the men going in those places, so man, a president, what kind of race is it? But anybody had time? In fact, the people can be so welcoming of the president in other countries, you can't do that. So if you're moving for a reconciliation, taking the lead, won't you have the opposition? Won't you have the people on the other side, civil society, the media, the international partners, all of those people, you will not have them embracing and getting fully involved? Now, this will take us right to Alexander Cummings' position on this. Then we'll read a few comments that you have left on this unification topic, and then we'll move to something else. Yeah, what Alexander Cummings wrote on his page a couple of hours ago. He said, in 1960, the legislature declared May 14 National Unification Day. The act of the legislature was merely intended to celebrate President Todman's integration policies and programs, which included the overdue extension of voting rights to native Liberians. Years later, the Liberian nation imploded into a bloody and destructive war. The main cause was the socio-political division and economic exclusion felt by many Liberians. Our country is still struggling to recover. The pain and destruction of the war still haunt us all. Arguably, our nation has seen some progress toward unification. All Liberians of voting age can vote, and a woman has been elected president. But unarguably, we are not where we can and should be. For example, many who can vote usually have no reason for which to vote, as the system screams for lack of reforms, and women still have hurdles placed in the path of their progress, including in the administration of justice. 64 years later, we continue to exclude all lines of tribe, gender, religion, and political affiliation. Opportunities to learn and work do not exist equally for all citizens. Alexander Cummings went further to say, Liberia's future development is crucially connected to the unity of its people. Didn't what I tell you, Dra? You hear him? He's saying the same thing. Well, you can have all of the things. Dra, you can turn Liberia into heaven. Once there is no unity, once the people are divided, you have no development. It's the same thing Cummings inserted in his write-out. In the third paragraph, that's how he started. He said, Liberia's future development is crucially connected to the unity of its people. This is why it is not enough to celebrate progress of the past, as it is to continue to build on the past progress and learn from past failures to guarantee a better future. Let us commit to the unification of the Liberian nation. I continue to believe that if we do so, the future of our country will be better than its past. I also know that until we see ourselves as a country of Liberians, until we know ourselves not just as Congo or country, not just as belonging to a particular tribe, religion, or gender, but with assured equality in rights and opportunities, and assurable to and protected by the same laws, we celebrate May 14 without true meaning and national conviction. He concluded by saying, it has been said that a house divided cannot stand. A divided country will not succeed. May we learn from our history to avoid failures of our past. Alexander Cummings' position. Let's turn to you now to see your comments that you have left on this topic on Unification Day. Then we turn to the line. GMB said, today is Unification Day, but any sedition gave me loose talk. I will give them double loose talk.
You think the page better for GMB?
No, he's a fanatic of GMB. So it's just like you say, we are Shin. Yeah, he's a supporter of GMB. And Mohammed Conan Senior, he said, unification, he asked you a question. Unification, where people are dismissed of their job, where GMB can speak, neither gave the needed respect to former President Weah. I can only see divisiveness and hatred in Liberia. Who else with this unification? If you greet him, I would pass you. Breakable Power said, but Bwaka himself isn't unified. Why waste your time? And John Hesse said, once Joseph Ima Bwaka is president of Liberia, Liberians will be heavily divided. Joseph Bwaka is an embodiment of bitterness. Who else? Isaac Cooper said, please continue this for the next 6 years. You will talk. So he's referencing us that we should continue to talk for the next 6 years. But you take it in a reversal. You respond for the next 6 years, and the person who always responding, always catch heartbreak and fall off. If you're careful, you die, because the way you will respond, it might put you off. Some people under the ground, they seem weird.
Yeah, heartbreak everything.
Yeah, because you will get vexed and over vexed and say something, you just scream, or yeah, you go home. Who else again? Okay, Mary Johnson. Mary Johnson is reacting to Yumotro Kringa on this. Okay, but Yumotro Kringa, let me just read one line from you. You people can go on. Two ladies, two intellectuals arguing on this. She said, Yumotro Kringa said, until we realize that tribal voting will keep destroying our country. If we want to move our country forward, we have to vote wisely. If we care about our country, the lives and future of our children, we need to stop recycling corrupt and aged so-called leaders who have and continue to destroy our country and the lives of our people and children. We need to stop voting on tribal lines. Let's come together and vote leaders to move our country and our people forward. Let's turn to you now to have your say on the first pointer. Sorry, we should have had the Liberian lawyer in at 4 o'clock, but it didn't go as we had a vision. Today is Unification Day, so too many things happening. Couple of reasons why. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. You're listening to Bits and Pieces on Voice of Liberia 104.1 Monrovia, Voice of Liberia 89.7 Kakata Magibi County, Voice of Liberia 90.7 Bon County. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Your name and where you come from?
I want to say happy anniversary day to you and your friend in studio there. Just thank you very much for your program. Let me get you something. They say the folk won't play game. The unification something where you're doing. They say president won't play motorcycle. Police will play president. That the announcement they were making. They say they have that kind of program. We pass Broad Street. They put the having program there. They play four things as you say. Saying the president will not do something and come out together. But saying what I say. Get why your police was saying. Say will not take time. They put no work on the thing here, but say no division. They got the post and they put look at the post I put on Facebook. One guy when they say, oh, you need tomorrow the program will stay. They kind of way they keep going after all. They say your part will keep you up for 6 days in one corner. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you too. Have a blessed. What I can say, happy Unification Day. I know what happy of unification, but yeah, their country, everything happy. Hello.
Who after
Yeah.
I'm mixing with the calling from Jamaica.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, let me just say this. I think this is a mockery to the former president, and this is a mockery to the sedition. When CDC won the election, the first thing they did was to reach out to President Bwaka, who was the vice president at the time, is to reach out to him. Reach out to him, reconcile with him. Since he won the election, are you going to the former president? No. The only thing they try to do is to make sure that the great president, we are there, say all kinds of things about him. When you are in sedition, they want you there in government. Everywhere in government sedition, they want you there.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is Jerry Taylor. I'm calling you from Ghana.
Let's hear you on this Unification Day.
Yeah, my brother, you see, what going on here, the honoring program of President Weah is, I saw sedition doing that. So the mockery is now nobody making it. I saw them making the mockery because they know, they see that when they do that, that people, say, oh yeah, Joe has some. But we know that President Weah from this country and listen to Patrick, monitor Patrick Lumumba. The message President Weah, took a lot of money and enjoy yourself. So, President Weah, everything he wants to do, let him do it, but the common
that's not weird thing we're talking. We only made reference to that because it's in the news.
What I mean is they honoring him, and in fact, that one, that's also civilian doing the honoring.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Hello? You are on the air, Chief. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. Hello? Few calls, and then we'll pick up some of our correspondents. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you are on the air. You waiting to speak?
Yeah, thank you very much for the topic on this question. I'm Ali Bama, calling from New York.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. You know, the country report I can do favor, and the country will never view without people being unified at all. So you can remember when President Weah won the election, the first thing he did, he took a web to Bwaka House at the time. When he needed anything on him. We were not doing it like he threw it Bwaka is a co-operator for but to unify the country, he did it. After that, the mayor called meetings. We want to hotel entire I can't remember. For all the political leaders to go there. But then the life we get now is Down the road over that political meeting. The mayor wanted for all of us to work together as country. But right now, the people in power, they put things in there, they put that in there. Like, well, for them, the other people not power like you at all.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you call from?
I'm Eddie Johnson, calling from Bushu.
Let's hear you, Eddie.
Yeah, you know, most of the time I listen to the pure media station and listen to your program, I can hear people trying to denigrate President Weah. But when you're talking about men that really wanted to unify the country, or who even tried to unify the country, who you compare with President Weah? First time in the West African sub-region for a president to go to election, and before the election commission can even announce the final result, with 20,000 vote differences, the men concede. He called the opposition leader to congratulate him. Then you want to talk about somebody that can unify. When was the last time Bwaka even told Fund to call President Weah? Or to even call the former vice president?
All right, Chief.
The country more divided than President Weah. Today,
all institutions that have position, you took every one of them. When President we are given the power, they have people who are in Manasari government will remain a ministers. Show me one institution now who President we are appointed a minister. Are you left there? Yes, somebody say situation honorary President we are. Situation then they are not Liberian.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
All right.
Happy Unification Day for you and I.
Yeah.
For you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My man, so what happened about unification, huh? So that we just cracking joke before you can go on. And the reason I'm asking you, because I've heard this over the time, several years. Everything about any event in Liberia, they say happy, happy. Everything happy, happy.
Yeah.
Why they attach happy?
What makes it happy is that you say Andrew as a big brother, you don't look down on people. You joke with every Peking that you're familiar with or that you know. All right? So we are happy to share that fun that we always having with you. And so we say happy Unification Day to you, St. Andrew, between you and myself as big brother. But that way, Joe Baka. Okay?
But you and Joe Baka can talk?
No, but Joe Baka can't even speak to me.
But you haven't spoken to the president. If you spoke to him, he will respond.
No, he's not a unifier. He's not a unifier. Quickly, Mr. Andrews, I was just on the sideline. Mr. Andrews, this is David King, a proper defender. The reason why we mean proper defender is because the man who brought the Popo Matra, that Matra saw people living from St. Sharp to concrete building. Evidence by what you can see Popo Beach. What you can also see in Little Park. And that is the Popo Matra. And I want to say to every Liberian, do not think about Mr. Bwaka unifying the country, because since the last time I checked, President, we have to pick up the phone and come, Mr. Bwaka, and say, congratulations, you have won the election. For that date, Bwaka have not picked up his telephone one day and called for President Weah and say, Mr. Weah, how you doing? How's everything? How you and your family? But we saw that with former President former President Weah, when he won the election, he took his family.
Okay,
so
Chief.
if you walk out and say these are my family, your family and your family, we are all one. That is unifying. And leaving some people for the past government in the government as a minister. But you can't see that with Bwaka. So that is the thing you say, Bwaka is not a unifier. This is the reason why you see the country divided on political line, on every socially relationship divided.
Okay, Chief. Thank you ever so much. All right. That will be doing it for the courts as we move to our next segment. Let's cross over to Edwin Dra to pick up the correspondence. Let's know what's happening across some of the counties.
We are in Margibi currently. The branch manager there, Ramsey Sengbe, is there to fill up in this afternoon. Ramsey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joa. Good afternoon, Voice of Liberia. Good afternoon to listeners from all who are listening currently. Like you said, this is Canadian Sengbe Jr. from Margibi, and there are two interesting issues that quickly I will go to.
Mm-hmm.
The first one has got to do with the Margibi Sports Association. Even though Margibi did not go far during the county's meet, and their province did not go far, but their province currently in the county with the leadership, because there are some people who are part of leadership in the MSA.
Oh, Ramsey.
It went off. Yeah. Network problem.
Yeah, that's harmonization.
Yeah.
So let's see whether we can hurry to get back Ramsey for now. In Ramsey harmonization, Coach Ramsey and it's possible we can get Ramsey from our end this time, so he can complete the conversation with us from Margibi County. And it's interesting to know that in Margibi, the Margibi Sport Association (MSA) has had an issues there. It's been widely spread that they have corrupt, they ate the county sporting money, and because they ate the money, I don't know whether it's one of the factors that caused the county not going forward or far in the national county sports meet. But we will have to talk to Ramsey or rejoin Ramsey so we can talk to Ramsey. So we can talk to Ramsey to continue with okay, Ramsey, you live, Ramsey. It was harmonization. Oh, what's going on again?
It could be a network problem from where he is. Most times it's kind of difficult from that end.
Okay, I
But
think
yeah, he's back on now.
Yeah, we got him. Ramsey?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, you live. Sorry, it was the harmonization that got you going out. Yeah, sir.
So let me just hurry conclude.
No, you can take your time with this. You can take your time.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah, I think we got sufficient minutes. Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right. Like I was saying, the leadership of the Margibi Sports Association, they have an issue with their chairman. Some of the hierarchies in the leadership, not all of them now. They have issue with the chairman, Abu Fufana. They accuse him that there are a lot of donations and all of support that came to the county, and all the funding that was received, they said that he can't account for it. He just take the money. According to what he heard from the administrative manager of the team, he was saying to me that the money they're accusing the man for is it's over 20,000 USD, according to him.
20,000 US.
He said it's over 20,000 USD.
Okay.
He said. So he said the man got to account for that money. It's not small money the man received. In the Liberia, it's not small money the man received. He just get all that money, he just eat it. That the man wicked, the man greedy, all kind of allegations. That was before even they went for the meeting with the superintendent. Now, after the meeting with the superintendent, when I went to ascertain what was the outcome of the meeting, I got to realize that in the meeting, they, proffered the case that he received money and cannot account for it. Now, the superintendent said to him that he should be able to make a report, and that on the basis of the report, he can decide whether there will be an audit or not. But besides, we asked the guys to be patient till they can be able to handle it. And even the coach, as we speak, I understand he has not been able to receive his money, but he was also complaining and making some, having some disagreement and some disappointment. So Abu said, when I got to Abu, he said to me that he will be happy to make reports and he will even be happy for audit, because according to him, the guys are only making the claims and making a lot of allegations, but they don't understand a lot of things about what happened. He said most of the funding or the donations that were made, they were made with specific orders, especially from officials and sometimes politicians. He made a reference to one of the senators, Nathaniel Mangil from Margibi, that the man gave money and instructed him how much to give to the media, how much to give the girls team, how much to give the boys, and how much to give to the technical team. And he said most times people were giving those money with instruction. And we understand at one point in time, Representative any adult rep of district number 32 made some funding available, but he gave a direct mandate that it should be given to the players themselves. So he said he received most of the funding they are talking about, but he gave it as per those who were spending their money the way they wanted it to be spent.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how he was spending the money.
So Ramsey, who are those directly that took the MSA chairman complaint to the superintendent? Was it a formal complaint or just a gossip or rumors circulating the political corridor or the sporting corridor of Margibi?
No, it is not it's not a rumor. It's not something I was just circulating. What I saw yesterday is that Abu Fofana was present with the guys who were having disagreement with him in the superintendent's office for the meeting.
That's what we want to know. Who are they? Are they an organization or just few Margibians who felt this satisfaction?
These guys are guys who are part of the technical team of the Margibi Sport Association.
Okay.
For Abu Fofana doing the county meet.
Oh, okay. So that means they are aware of funding that were generated on behalf of the county team, and the funding was not, being used as they expected.
Yes, according to
so they took the complaint to the superintendent.
Now they took the complaint of the chairman to the superintendent.
Okay.
That a lot of money received again account for, and most of them never even benefited anything. All the effort they made, you alone were eating the money.
Okay.
So they told him to do that, but he said he used a lot of money on his own, and he credited from some other people, and he was spending the money according to what the people wanted him to the way the people wanted him to spend it. So he will be happy if he can make a report or if there can be an audit, so that the audit will prove it right. And at the end of the day, the money that was spent that need to be refunded will be refunded to him, so he doesn't have a problem with it.
So Ramsey, does that mean if the reports come out and is being accepted that the MSA chairman Abu Fofana ate the Margibians' money, so it means he's responsible for Margibi not qualifying because players will need to be happy on the pitch, and once they are happy, they will play to the best of their ability. So he might take the blame.
Yeah, somebody will want to say that. I think this is a logical point you're making, because for the players to perform, especially during the sports meet that comes once every year, it has to do with a lot of things, and one of those things got to do with money. For them to be happy, because you see, you get football players leaving from their homes, leaving their family, going to be on a camp, going to leave from there, and there's nothing behind. Nothing at home, their family are complaining, calling them. There's nothing here where they're supposed to go also, but no way, they will not be happy. They will not be, when even Abu during the onset of the county meet, especially the group stage where Maggie was hosting two other counties, he said that he informed the players that they should be aware that they will not take pay till June. That is, even if the county meet would have gone on and Maggie would have performed and he won the trophy, that means that June.
Seriously?
On a serious note, he said that in the live press conference. Yeah.
So Ramsey, prior to the kickoff of the National County Sports Meet, Abu Fofana, who has spearheaded the MSA for a couple of times now, the then Superintendent Jerry Vanny, you had a bulk of citizens expressing interest for the MSA position. And later, Jerry Vanny, former Superintendent Jerry Vanny, selected Fofana over the rest of the guys. And it was being widely discussed in the corridor that Abu is corrupt and the Superintendent Jerry Vanny is corrupt. So because of that, the both of them chose to work together and left the good people aside. So don't you think two people will have a misview, a misreaction on how maybe the money business go?
People are already having misreaction.
I did referencing, how Abu was being selected among the many other guys.
Just what you said, this is one of the things that people are saying. What you just explained is one of the things some of the people are saying now in the county. And then to that issue about them always, maybe handling things. Now, Abu has always been accused along with Jerry that they always stealing all and getting the money. Eating the money, they're not using the money for the intended purpose, and because Jerry is corrupt, and Abu is corrupt, according to some of the people, that's why they always do it together. But this Sunday meet, let me tell you one interesting thing. We got to know that some of the institutions and people who have been supporting the county meet were not supporting, and even the officials of Nigeria, especially the lawmakers, their support did not really come. There's a way for them to come together and they pull something for the county. And then from the side of the lawmakers, now we got to understand that they said the MSA did not read them in time. Now you had a game started on April 14th, and the MSA wrote a letter on April 9th. And then some of them received that letter, they wrote a letter on April 8th, and they started giving it April 9th. Some of them said the letter, they did not receive the letter till the midday of the kick-off of the county meet. And some of them said they received the letter just a day. And then the reason for this letter is for the county leadership to be able to come together and be able to approve funding from the county's cover to support the county's meet or to support the county's team. But they said this is what Abu has always done. He has refused, according to them, to always make report after the county meet. More besides, they always read them later during the county meeting, 1 or 2 days to the starting of the official starting of the games. And then they always create the impression that the lawmakers are not supporting the process, and they always have been feeling disrespected about that. So some of them, somewhere around, they just did their contribution they could be able to do. And they just did a small contribution and they level like that. So this is one issue that they did not get support. So the team was not supported. And then, with the issue about the corruption with him and Gary Vanny, it was also being gathered by our investigation now. Most times Gary Vanny went to those bigger institutions, that the Jetty, Rubber, LC, that the Firestone, the Farmington. When he went there, he got something for instance, Firestone gave 5,000 USD with 50 paper rest. Gary Vanny would come and give Abu Fofana like something like 25 to 30 bags of the rest, and then you get a 3,000. And then the understanding has been Abu would take his own and report more than at the end of the day when they go on air to speak, they will not mention what the institution or those people give, because if you come on air, you presented 25 paper rest with 3,000 to Abu Fofana instead of 5,000 with 50 paper rest. Abu will go on air and Fasting will hear that this is what Jerry did. So Abu will not go on air because he take it home from there and Jerry will take it. So the both of them, nobody will talk about it. And so because of that, those institutions, we honestly did not support the team. They said when they support the team can recognize
their efforts are not been recognized.
Yes, the effort are not
Okay, so this time around, they decided not to support anymore.
Yeah, so a lot of things humble my team this year.
So, Ramsey, do you see a comprehensive report coming from Abu Fofana after he has led the MSA for a couple of times now?
Is that what?
Do you see a comprehensive report coming from Abu Fofana after leading the MSA for a couple of years now, despite the transition, giving down that they have a new superintendent?
Perhaps I can say that there will be a comprehensive report this time around because the level at which he has gone. It is a superintendent, the past superintendent who have been the bully.
In the cahoots.
Yeah, they have been the bully of Abu, and they have been in a cahoots for what we understand. The past, the man is now former, he has no authority. And so there's a new superintendent who we understand is now requesting an audit and report from Abu Fofana. So there's a possibility that he's going to make report because Abu is not more than authority.
Okay.
Yeah. So the second information, yesterday when we were reporting on the issue about the destruction by the Fulani against the librarian of the provinces in the stream of Magidi. And then, hello?
Yeah, you live.
Yeah. And then I think I made you to understand that the MIA came to say that they want to help to resolve the issue.
Yeah, Ministry of Internal Affairs.
Ministry of Internal Affairs. Then at a certain point in time, Mark Javadeh will understand, he started threatening the chiefs. So the chiefs decided to withdraw from the process. But now what is happening now, it is not something that the people are looking at to be swept under the carpet. There are elders, there are former chiefs, there are other traditional people who are telling those chiefs, those local chiefs who are in position that the people think government think that they can come and undermine the case or sweep the carpet or do something that will not be called. The only thing I can say to you people is that we will say to you rather is that you people should leave the case. For all we get government job, we're not afraid to lose job, we're not afraid for government to go after or whatever, because we're not something about. For somebody to come and abuse this tradition and disrespect us, even as a slap in the face of the government, and the same government is protecting these foreigners against our brand citizens, if we sit and look at it, that means more other foreigners will come and do worse than this. So we will organize ourselves, we will have meetings, we will prepare ourselves, and it will cause us all to resist the government. The government can't kill us, let them can't kill us, but we will resist the government until the right thing can happen. So that's what currently happening with some of the chiefs now, organizing and still having meetings and trying to ensure that this will not be something that will be serving on the carpet. Because, man, what made the people angry is that when Mark B. Jabadere, the assistant minister for MIA, came here, he called the local chiefs to...
Ramsey harmonization again has got you of harmonization. Ramsey, just be fast at this time around, yeah.
Okay. So in the last one, he started telling them that some of you all lose your job and nothing can come when he's out and maybe lose your job.
So your last report, Ramsey, you said the people are living in fear there because country devil oxide. Tell us how the issue is like currently.
Currently, the local chiefs have said they were going to withdraw the Congo devil and take a hand from the matter. That was what they said yesterday. So today, I have not followed whether they withdrew the Congo devil. But people there have been living in fear. And besides the Congo devil, the people have been living in fear because they said for that kind of thing to happen, they may have the people, if possible, they will come around. And some of the people were also threatening that, oh, since this thing happened, they won't happen, that won't happen. People making threatening remarks. So the place became fearful.
So that means if possible over there, the man can bring Zogos. Okay. Time cut off of us. But we have to go into these things. Sam, we listen to our reporter there in Margibi County, and we will have to inform the people some of these things that are occurring around our country. So let me take the issue with the MSA chairman, Abu Fofana. Abu Fofana and the former superintendent, Jerry Vani, have been a very close and good friends. Void the administrative positions the both of them have had or chaired, but they are very good friends, and the friendship over the time has supersedes or has compromised, the working abilities of both of them. So you will see the person working, instead of working, to please everyone, the person will work directly and only because he was being appointed. Abu was being appointed by the superintendent, the former superintendent Jerevani. So he always worked to satisfy former superintendent Jerevani. Now there's the issue that our reporter just reported. The Margibi Sport Association, they generated some money. And normally during the county meets, you will see that the steering committees of various counties will go around soliciting funds to strengthen them, as they go about taking on the various challenges in the game. So, according to our reporter, some money was being generated. And according to some of the officials on the steering committee, they are aware that money came in, but they did not see the chairman Abu spending the money. But Abu is yet to give them an account of how he spent the money. But they have gone there too to receive their share or portion of the money, because after everything you need to be tipped or you need to be compensated.
But why should it be that way? It shouldn't be like that at all. It shouldn't be. It's not strange that it degenerated into a financial crisis, but it should not have been at all. And they goes, as we've been hearing of other counties, they should not have treaded the route they. But again, you have to accept it, because monies were just being thrown out. The county meet will just generate money, which wasn't bad at all. The idea wasn't a bad idea, but others saw it as opportunity now to get money onto themselves. So they would go into manipulation, they will go into some deals, they will influence some of their colleagues, and then certain people, when they notice it, they feel cheated. the counter meet has to be structured in a way in terms of the financial aspect. There's the financial aspect, there's the sporting aspect, and there's the technical aspect. The counter meet has to take on a reform because all of these things have a serious impact on the country. It can be every year you hear money, confusion, misunderstanding, this person accusing this person, this other person will say this person ate the money, or this money was given
report, no account.
yeah, no report at all. This money didn't reach us even though we heard it. It's not fair at all. It can be like this every year in the county meet. I think the people who are responsible, they need to organize, like, sorry to say, that when we reference the West, not necessarily that they are far-sighted, they are so extra. No, but I think they experience some of these things over the time and they try to put a system in place. That is the reason why you have today, in Europe, the financial fair play rule, so that one club can overspend or say they generated this and they overspend that. Why it is true that the system, you can compare Europe with Africa, but I'm just injecting that to me that
that's
separate,
a system.
the financial aspect. Let the financial reporting or a regulation on the financial aspect of the county may be extra. Then you will know, because money just coming in. You get 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 5,000, 3,005. Not bad at all to support individual teams, but others see it as an opportunity now to get into something different, and that is exactly what you try to quiz the guy on. It's not good for the country at all.
And Sam, this guy in question has been, MSA chair, I think, for 3 county meets now, or 3 seasons. And it's been understood that he has always built his relationship with the superintendent. And the superintendent, they have not made any report, at the end of the season. They have not made any report to clarify that the money they generated as a steering committee, they used this portion of the money. This is what left, or even if some did not leave, but this is how they use the money. So now you see the hyper confusion coming now because it is now a change of superintendent. And you understand? So the former superintendent, he's not there anymore. And now there is a new superintendent now. So the superintendent who form, the alignment or build the goals with the MSA chairman and they ate the people money. Now, different superintendent now take on the superintendent coming ask you now how you ate the money. And you can reference the former superintendent that you did it. So the man will take him from inside. So the corruption thing, we got to stop it too.
Besides the political transition, there should be a team in place that will monitor money going in and coming out. It doesn't matter who is the new or old superintendent or a political transition. And the financial property accountability must be the order of the day.
And there are committees, there are various committees under the steering committee. So you will have the financial department, you have the publicity department, you got the training department or technical department. That's how it goes, right? But the chairman will supervise everything. So that's how it went. And you see the people now, raising concern, people, especially people who were part of the steering committee. And these things are not good, right? It brought a hindering situation to Montserrat County team in the just ended county meets. You saw the Montserrat County team was being stuck in a hotel that they needed to pay the hotel bill before. Same, you see somebody did that. And the technical staff will be aware of money coming in. They know that money came in. But a certain group of the people in the organization will just want to sit on top of the money and eat it and feel that they will eat the money and nothing can come out of it. So that way when you see now, a certain group of people too will come out and say, but then if you feel that you can eat the money and nothing can come out of it, then we will just, destroy your character. You are the kind of person. We will just tell everybody that you are a criminal. This is what you have done.
All those who
the same financial, shortage got, one of the players who died. He was a resident of Caldwell. He went to Sano County to play for Sano County, and the ball died there. So to have taken the ball back from Sano to come, it was not an easy thing.
No money?
No money. So you see, the county will generate money, right? Especially when the committee chair or head is innovative and connected. Like what Ramsey said. In Margibi, you got the Farmington Hotel, you got the Firestone, you got the Salada Rubber Corporation, you got the Jetty Incorporated.
But those
you will write them for sponsorship.
Money was contributed. People gave to the various counties voluntarily.
Yes.
Money came in like a river flowing to almost all of the counties. And look at the stakeholders that each county has. If you look at the composition of all the stakeholders of the 15 counties, there isn't a county that is poor in terms of finance that they did not generate 2,000 or 3,000 liberty, least to talk about. So money went in like a river flowing, but the mismanagement, people felt it was an opportunity. And the FA or the Ministry of Youth and Sports has to put a mechanism in place to track everything.
At that point, Youth and Sport don't have much part to play in there. It is the county authority. It is the county authority.
Yeah, but the Ministry of Youth and Sports organize the tournament.
Yeah, but
so they can have a say, but they cannot regulate.
They can have a say on the funding the Youth and Sport Ministry will give to various counties. Youth and Sport initially can give, a certain amount of money to all of the counties across for preparation. So it is Youth and Sport now will have to call for
have to account all that money. Continue, just try to eject that. That's a laughter.
So it is the Youth and Sport. If you're talking about Youth and Sport, you come in and conduct maybe an audit or investigation on how maybe some of the money I spent. The Youth and Sport will only be able to ask how the money that the Youth and Sport gave to various counties was being spent. But fundings that were generated from the county, especially companies and individual philanthropics who contributed to the county, that money, the person who is to audit the steering committee should be the superintendent, set up, a very good investigating team to investigate or conduct audit from the steering committee after they have made a report. Like you heard them say, they have asked Abu to make a report. And when Abu makes the report, and the reporters now coincide with the money they generated, then they will call for audit. And when they call for audit, maybe Abu wrong or Abu right, sometimes, yeah, man, Sam, the guys can be, yeah, man, Sam. Some of things not good. You can't have an entire group, then you alone want to sit down on the money and eat all. No, that's not good.
All those who ate, who corrupted, who influenced, who manipulated, who influenced their friends to engage into financial impropriety, a county meets, all of the counties, they're a mixture of political parties, CDC, Unity Party, MPC, ANC, LPC. So, when they finish that, they will be criticizing a government official. But all of them was engaged into all the money different political parties.
So now they want to shift the blame on the particular institution that is the highest, and they want to turn that institution to be, a corrupt institution. Now they want to shift the blame on the head.
But seriously, we have to have a monetary control. The county meet is seen as the biggest tournament in Liberia. That's how it is seen, because it attracts thousands of citizens, non-Liberians, to the page. Merchandise are sold in a very high number. You see, the county meet, you saw everybody wearing their county jersey. Everybody. Even though there's not a specific place, you can just go to a store, but the merchandise, they went.
So people brought their county, they identify, with their country of origin.
Everybody in their county
And they were in their
t-shirt.
uniform, they were in their uniform, so it generates revenue for the country.
The county meet is the biggest tournament. It's the biggest tournament. No disrespect, no demeaning to the National League, but it is because it attracts the entire nation. Before the county meet starts, the atmosphere is tense. There is this jubilant mood. There's this anxiety. People can't wait to see it start. They can't wait to get on the field. So there are too many factors in which the county meet beat the National League. The National League is not attractive as compared to the county meet. With so much money pumped into the county meet, it can be business as usual. And thank God Almighty will impute politics into it, even though they say not everything will put politics, but will impute politics into it because the senior politician of the country made it clear that there will be no business as usual in any aspect of governance. So the Ministry of Youth and Sports, LFA, all the people that are responsible, they will have to develop a mechanism by which there will be accountability. Let the country know at the close of the county meet draw, what does it take for the country to know how much money was pumped into each county team? And that will lead people or the county to say, okay, let's be careful how we just receive money. Or stakeholders, county enthusiasts, when I just pump money, drive will come in the money, well, can I say you're from the other side? Okay,
let you boss around.
They say, most of the when I work on in the morning, most of the playing tomorrow, okay, I give him 5,000. The other man was in the evening, most of the can they play Maryland, I give him 2,005. It will not be like that. But the reason why people just pump in money, despite the enthusiasm, no accountability, because there hasn't been any measure put in place. My man, that's what brings confusion. You just pump in money, people use it at the close of the day, nothing.
No accountability.
There's a problem. We have to stop it in this country. Everyone move forward.
And so now, another key area that the people have to really look into, it generates funds for the country. Those people will term it different, but the SKD generates serious funds, especially during counties meet.
But the Ministry of Youth and Sports will account for the gate intake. We must know how many.
Intake, imagine they were charging like I think 700 around the field or the stadium wing, where during the final I think it was 700. You saw people, or we had people selling ticket. They came to some of us, or we selling ticket. When we took out our ID card, we said, "Oh, bro, go ahead." Then the VIP, was being.
The VIP was always packed.
Always packed
around the field.
Yeah, around the field.
Depending on the county.
The county that playing. Yeah, so those various counties that generated, a very huge fans on the field. And you had Lofa, you had Nimba, you had Basso, and
Ko Bangalore, as the Minister of Youth and Sports, will have to give account. They will not sit down there. It will not be business as usual. County meets were hosted. Thousands of dollars were generated. No account whatsoever. That besides the money.
If I don't want to be using thousands, millions of Liberian dollars were generated.
Besides,
millions of Liberian dollars.
Besides what was generated and given to counties by the county stakeholders, what was generated by the Ministry of Youth and Sports as gate intake on a daily basis, they will have to give account. Let us know how much was generated. Remember, the people in Europe and other countries, they're telling us how much they generated. You think how the guys advancing in their league? Because the people,
transparent.
Yes, they both show every ounce of transparency. They tell the people why the Ministry of Youth and Sports will say that corruption. Then they would get to other people and say, that person was corrupt. That person did this in the past. That person eat the money. Cole Bangalu as the Minister of Youth and Sports and his man Andy Kwemi, Deputy Minister, they will have to give account of that money this year. If they give account, Bwaga must never ever tell anybody about accountability. Anything Bwaga say about accountability anywhere, we will discard it. Because thousands, millions of dollars, man, was generated. People just say that they eat that money in the past, no account. Have you ever heard any Ministry of Youth and Sport giving a financial breakdown of what generated since you start watching football?
Not at all.
You think
everything was just in chi. In fact, it was like talking about we use our
once
own money.
This
is what they always saying. We use our own money. We use our own money. You all know say they lay down the fee spot. Hey,
look at that kind of awful thing, that kind of disgraceful thing. You have to call a game because of no light.
No light.
What's that?
They call up the game because no light.
You have to give a account. Let the people a cameraman. That the counselor, the counselor. A counselor, man, a full lawyer. He's not Anthony at law. Councillor Cole Bangalu, Minister of Youth and Sports. Chief, tell your people, you and your man Andy Kwemi, you start putting your financial records together. The public must know every money generated in this country. You must know about it. Otherwise than that, you people will have no moral ground. You must never ever turn to anybody to say this person corrupt. They are not giving account of this. If you ever attempted, we will go to what you did. Yeah, Mr. President. Mr. President cannot account of the inauguration, message inauguration money. Mr. President can account of it, but Mr. President talking about accountability on the other side of the people. Mr. President said he used 22 million to rehabilitate, construct roads. But yeah, in his own office, where his office is situated, nothing. There are too many places we can talk about Mr. President has not given account, money used there. So, if you can give account, you should never ever turn to anybody to say this person corrupt, this person must be prosecuted for this person must be. You give account of that money. The money generated from the country can do so much for this country. Mm-hmm. It can be do so much. It's not anybody's personal money. Taxpayers' money. The people work for their money. They earn it legitimately. They put everything into it. They risk their life. Some of the people got hurt. Look at what happened on the field.
The game against Nibad and Grangida County.
They went there with money. They paid to enter and they got hurt. Too many things happen. And you don't want to give account of the money generated from the county meet. It will not go. It will not be business as usual. Cole Bangalu, Andy Kwemi, all of those who are associated or were associated and still associated with the county meet, y'all will have to give account. Every day would make the public to know. Every day will remind you, will make the public to know that corruption over there. The fact that you can't say anything. When the county meet ended dry?
The county meet ended on week
some 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Okay, so let's take it at 2 weeks. It takes time to put financial record together. Mm-hmm. So let's give them the close of this month. But every day, we'll remind them. Every day. So millions of dollars. Yeah. I mean, before I get money, you'll try to man eat you.
The man eating. They eating.
Hey, look at the human beings that were on that field, my man.
Very, very packed. Very, very packed.
VIP alone. 50, 25, 100. What? Then Cole Bangalu, you want to get account of that money and you say the other people were corrupt. Every time you say the former government corrupt, will remind you of the present. Thank God you're in the present. You're corrupting in the present. All right. So let's combine the vice president with working from the county.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to talk a bit about, the other issue Ramsey raised, that traditional stuff on the Ministry of Internal Affairs threatening to take job from the local authority if they will not adhere to their own order because they've been brave, into the issue there.
Okay. They were threatening?
Yeah, threatening, to get them out of job if they would not adhere to their mandate. The Deputy Minister, Jabate, this thing is about a land dispute between a Fulanese and a Liberian.
And Jabata is always associated with land dispute.
Yeah. So
or reach out to him after the show to get his side.
What actually happened? Yeah.
He very friendly.
So
I
they
like how he
said
can talk.
Jabate has earlier on gone to represent the minister, Francis Nimalin, to Magibi County, involving the Fulanins and the Liberian in that land dispute. The Fulanins, has been reported that the Fulanins purchased a piece of land near this 75 acres of land we're talking about. And the person who sold the land to the Fulanins had earlier on told the Fulanins, this 75 acres of land does not belong to you. But if you want the land, the person squatting on the land is broke, he's poor, you can get the land from him. And the Fulanins has earlier on gone to this guy who is squatting on the land, and he engaged the man that he wanted to buy the land from him. So the guy said, the guy who is currently squatting on the land, who got a rubber farm, he got a village on the land, told him the land is not actually for me too, but I'm trying to purchase the land from the legitimate owner. The first purchasing I did, it was from the wrongful owner or somebody who claimed to have had this 75 acres of land. But now I have gone to the real owner and have done some payment. So I'm not selling this land. I'm trying to pay the bottom money so I can acquire the land properly. The Fulanins have always threatened the guy who is occupying the land at the land for him. So he went back to the person who he purchased the land at very adjacent to 75 acres, and the guy told him the only way you can get rid of that guy from the land is to use violence and use cash on him, bribe people, take violence against him, then they will give you the land. It's been reported that the current superintendent of Magibi County, the lady Victoria Duncan, a former representative candidate of District 4 Magibi County, was the lawyer for the Fulanins, and now she is the superintendent. Prior to the election, she resigned and from the case of the Fulanins and took her side as a candidate, and she is now the superintendent, and she is to look into the matter. It's been reported that the Fulanins always using cash whenever they appear in court, all kind of stuff and things. So in recent days, the guy who is occupying the land, Wong Pengba, we are told that he was on his way out when you have PSU officers and some Zogos filled a pickup, and when they went on the land, they gave him a paper.
So that was what came out of the county.
Yes. So they gave the paper, a paper showing or inserting that it was a court order.
But they didn't do as it was reported with the assistant minister.
The assistant minister won't come in now. So they gave a paper to Kwema, who is occupying the land, who got a rubber.
So how it all ended now? That's the main thing. How it ended? That's the history.
Ended violence. It ended violence, and the guy who owned the land and gave the paper to Kwema. Kwema said there's no signature or stamp from the court, but the guys who carried the paper said it was a court invasion. So they said the Kwema guys should leave on the land. Immediately,
Minister Jabate went on
but then no,
he are not going there.
They are not going there. But yes. So the guys now, started destroying the guy who resides on the land. Kwema. They destroy Kwema coconuts, they kill his pigs, kill chickens, cut down his rubber, and bust the mother grave and took all the covering and stuff, put it in plastic and took it away. That was how it was. Until the complaint was being forwarded to court. Later, they brought the issue to the Internal Affairs Ministry. So the Minister, Francis Nimale, called upon Jabate to go there and have
it settled.
Yes. So when Jabate went there, Jabate earlier in the public frame at the Fulanins, giving the understanding that the Fulanins is wrong, the fact that he went, even if that court gave invasion order, you are not to take the invasion order today and start to implement or act on it today. So the people said they were not legitimate. So what they did was wrong. So the Fulanins gave like 25 bags of rice. He gave one cow, so they can talk to the people, the traditional people around there. So Jabate was being established now that the Fulanins is wrong. That's why they are not going through legal, investigation. They said the Fulanins was wrong. Jabate came back to Monrovia at the ministry. After 1, 2, 3 days, they seen Jabate man place a call to the local authorities, including the township, because when that issue was going on, the people put a contract out. That got, you know, the PSU officers or the Zogos who went there to destroy the place, you know, they left. So when they put the country down outside, people around the surrounding villages were living in fear. Because every time the country down comes out to check as to whether people have come back on the land. So the complaint keep coming to the ministry. Francis Newman told Jabate now to go and ensure that the place is being, you know, under control. Jabate now, what Jabate now is doing, Jabate called the local authority, the town chief, general town chief, primary chief from that particular district or that area, and try to threat them as to if y'all will play into this case. The man is bringing development. He's coming to invest, and he's bringing development. And if y'all will tamper with their case, meaning y'all want to lose your job. So the local authority now felt threatened and scared. They are backing up from the case. So you still got former leaders of that community, former town chiefs, you know, superintendent, primary chief, and thing. You got them elders. They have grouped themselves and have gone to the local authorities there, telling them that if the internal affairs minister will tell you to dress away from the case, you go away because you're in government. We are not in government, but we are the inhabitants of this place, and people want to come and intimidate us, no problem, but then you give us the issue and we'll take on, and we will continue mounting pressure until central government can hear this thing so they can come and have it resolved between our son and that of the Fulanins. So as we speak, Ramsey said he are not going back there to inquire as to whether the country they are still on the ground or the local authority had turned everything over to the people who are coming on, the elders, to take on the case. He said he did not go there today to check as to whether the devil is still there. But the people have been living in fear, and this is not a good call for us. Honestly, in Liberia, Sam, even if an investor is coming to invest somewhere, the investor should be able to talk to the people politely, because the investment you carry in there, the very people residing in that area will be a better security for your investment. But if you determine to be, you want to use your financial power and whatever power you think you got, that you even thinking that you hire EPS officer or area officer to go mine your property, it will not still be safe, because that is the traditional people on a Zoom. They got control over it. At times they can do whatever they want to do, and in how much you want to live with them in peace, you are just to adhere to some of the things they will say, so you can go through the matter properly. Whoever wrong will be wrong. Whoever is right should be given that right authority, and the person will go about having the land or whatever stuff. But we are informed that the reason why this noise is over the particular 75 acres of land is that there is a mineral on the ground there. So the Fulanese want the mineral, and he want the land to be under his control, that he want to mine the mineral. And the guy who is there, he's not taking into consideration whether mineral there or not, but his concern here is he has invested too on the land. He got his rubber farm there. You can't just come and invading out of the place. He got his mother grave there. He got, you know, his poultry and stuff there. You just come and take him out of the place. Where is he going? In fact, he has put village there, and he got people living there in the village. So you just come and take and use your power because you are coming from the Internal Affairs Ministry, or because you feel you got, you know, you are appointed by a president. You just go and use your power to intimidate the local authorities and take away their land. So the people are still existing, and this is not a good call for the Internal Affairs Ministry. They were put there to investigate and put into any matter concerning the indigenous and maybe investor or the urbans. So that's the same. You can go with the vice president issue.
So they had, just as we said,
we just
combine this one. It just came in 29 minutes ago. Just came in, then we moved to the PUL, the Liberian Senate, and then we zoom out. This one, they just sent it in. That's the celebration. They had, just like we said, a very small program they were going to have, and truly they had it. And what's the theme? They said the theme, healing the past, uniting the present, and enhancing the future through arts and culture. It took place at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion. The president isn't in the country. The vice president led the delegation. How is this a reconciliation? You call a program. And then you say, healing the past, uniting the present. This is a joke. This is a fun fair. This is No departure from the past. A joke. Small program, you go have small program, and then you say national reconciliation. No, say elitist reconciliation. That's a joke, a fun, fair thing. You're ready for reconciliation in this country. Not at all. You're ready. Then the vice president. We just squeeze this in, then we'll take the calls on the vice president address. He said, Vice President Jeremiah Cohn, at the 64 National Unification and Integration Day. Hear what he said. For more than 6 decades, successive Liberian presidents have made proclamations declaring May 14 as National Unification and Integration Day. The rationale behind today's celebration is to arouse our national consciousness on the importance of unity and integration for the maintenance of peace and attainment of sustainable development of Liberia. I am therefore honored to represent His Excellency Joseph Iwambwaka Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, and to speak directly to the hearts and minds of the Liberian people. We have come a long way on a journey replete with challenges, ranging from the struggle for national independence to the integration of indigenous Liberians into society, to the struggle for establishment of multi-party democracy, and culminating with a bloody civil war which tore the fabric of our nation. Throughout these years, and in spite of the multitude of challenges, you, the Liberian people, have continued to demonstrate your resilience in the quest for national unity. Today, we have come not only to celebrate the 64th anniversary of national unification and integration, but also to salute our people for keeping our country peaceful, irrespective of our political, ethnic, and religious differences. Let it be known that the bonds which tie us together as a people are much stronger than the elements which intend to divide us. Although our history informs us about the long-standing divides between American Liberians and indigenous Liberians, which contributed to a 14-year civil war, our government has a responsibility to change these negative narratives. Jeremiah Cohn went further to say the Vice President has Unification Day celebration. Today, Liberia enjoys a representative democracy in which the voices of all Liberians are heard throughout the ballot process. It is with a sense of pride that I can today report that Liberians live in a society, listen carefully, Liberia lives in a society where the exclusions and deprivation of basic individual rights suffered by people based on their ethnicity are a thing of the past. No, not true. It's in this government. It may not be entrenched, but it's in this government, Mr. Vice President. There are no American Liberians or indigenous Liberians. We are one people with one common patrimony, striving to achieve a shared destiny, a better Liberia for our children to inherit. He went further to say, it is my conviction that we have come of age. Yes, Liberia will be moving to 177. It is 176. We have come of age. Our experiences have taught us that unity is the umbrella which protects us from external threats and serves as the most essential requirement for peaceful coexistence. The generations before us did their utmost best to keep our country alive, but certainly fell short of the responsibility to keep our people united. As much as you can acknowledge that, Mr. Vice President, you are also wrong. Let me say to you, because you are not doing what you are not doing, or there is no departure from the past. How can you say, Mr. Vice President, the generations before us did their utmost best to keep our country alive, but certainly fell short of the responsibility to keep our people united? Here we are, the country isn't united under your government with Joseph Iwambwaka as the president. It is an irony, a contradiction, Mr. Vice President. He went further, just to pinpoint that, he went further in his address to say, it is now our task to champion the cause for a united people and maintain our growing peaceful coexistence. Yet today, the country is just celebrating history. Nothing of prime significance. assembling over there to have a program. It doesn't say anything of a national or nationwide effect reconciliatorily, Mr. Vice President. No, this one is a contradiction. You have to look at it. Probably the person who, your speech writer that inserted this, didn't do well for you. The Vice President went further as he concludes. Let me at this junction applaud all stakeholders who continue to make immense sacrifices to keep the nation peaceful and stable. I believe that Liberia is gradually emerging as a post-conflict success story because we have continued to make significant progress in unifying our people at all levels of society. Yes, we have more work to do, but as we take stock of what we have achieved thus far, we must remain aware of the past mistakes which plunge us into our darkest time. What progress you've made? You not made significant progress. No, Mr. Vice President, no, not at all. And then he concluded, to you, our international partners and friends, we are grateful for your unwavering support for our democratic process, which secures our peace and consequently promotes national unity. Your support to our development agenda sends a clear signal that Liberia continues to get the necessary attention and support as we seek to build a better Liberia. The time is now. This generation must continue to exert all efforts to unite our people. We must sacrifice our individual interests for national interests. Only then will the unity and integration we seek for Liberia will be peaceful. Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President. That's the conclusion. He concluded the other one is just a happy unification. I wish you all. But that is his concluding part. So as much as you say this, it means the onerous or the responsibility on you to maintain it and to make a difference. Otherwise than that, it will just be a rhetoric. And Mr. Vice President, just so you know, this gone down in history. If mistakes along the way continue to occur, we'll go back to this document that you have inserted or you've delivered, sorry. All right, so let's turn to you now to have your say on what unfolded, what came out of Margibi County, the situation with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, that the Assistant Minister, Mark Jabate, was instructed to move in and find amicable solution, the misunderstanding or confusion on the money. The Vice President addressed 0770 907 907. Hello. You are on the air, Chief.
Good afternoon, Sam.
Good. Your name and where you call from?
Call me, Papa. This is William Howard again. Here, I tell you about the program. They on Broad Street. I play with four. Say, here, I tell you about the program.
Poor what? You went there that you were concluded it was poor?
No, we're passing.
Yeah, but you are in camera, man. You are in there when she car. You see good.
That play was poor. You see the video from that, so they can enjoy themselves. And that's in the country, they can't even say, thank you, I can't be there. Don't be watching country me for my age. When they can't me in the pocket, tell how much they make. Look at our feet. The game, the fun of game. Remember what people ticket? They increase the ticket fee to get more around the fee. Look at kind of human being. They will not get account. They will not get account of that money, but they will kind of say other people corrupt. Guys say, you put my flag, they give my flag it, the poor kind of game result. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello?
What's up, man?
What is your name and where you call from?
This is Emmanuel Smith, a member of the ruling establishment. I call basically to commend the government for the good work they continue to do for this country. And you know, Sam, you guys in the media, especially your platform, is losing relevance because you have been very biased in your reportage. And people like you, we will just look at you guys listen to your account because we know that you guys have nothing much to offer the society. You guys are still agents of George Weah. It's still men who loot at state resources. and you guys want to come and tell us what to do in terms of leadership, look, I can tell you, sir, this would be one of the best government in the history of our country. You will enjoy it, but you guys are then blind by the meeting just yet in this country. That is what today you see you have our state radio station, you're calling the voice of Liberia. But we can assure you guys that this government is doing extremely well. And I listened to somebody say they paid the high program today was poor. But I knew they were poor, but you saw nobody was there, right? All the programs, the useless government, the former government called CDP, in this country was then politicized by these useless institutions who have nothing to offer this country but the web direct and pass around the country and loot at our state resources. But today, we have a serious president, a serious government. That is why you guys are on the platform today. You are then paid by George here in CDP Gent. Now you want to honor it to say you guys are generally well. You guys were in this country where they loot us or empower looting our cities. They said nothing but today they want to just serious minded people. You're not going to stay just serious because you know people like you guys are pay agents. You guys are the jobs and list that we have in this country. The station owner and whosoever go with know that someone doing one way or the other is the one that owns that radio station.
So we're waiting for you. We're giving you enough time.
I am saying to you.
Yeah, so you want to conclude now?
I am saying to you, you are don't miss you and your brand of officer at that radio station. You guys are going to unserious people. You don't take it serious because you guys have nothing to offer this country. You're supported a little
okay. So you finish? Hold it, Dry got a question for you.
Let me ask you. So, yeah, the follower of an unserious person, how do you classify them to be? The follower of an unserious person, how you classify them to be?
Is that everybody who follow you will be unserious like you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You choose to be unserious. Somebody will call and tell you that.
No, you said the former government, you know, was unserious, and you have people following the former government. I don't want to know how you turning them to be.
I say they are a bunch of unserious people.
They are also unserious, right?
Blue and red,
they are also. Listen, brother, that's all they think. One more. They are also unserious, right?
Bunch of unserious people.
Okay, so that means you are also unserious. No. If our radio station is unserious and you always buying your battery to listen to us, you are also unserious. So thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. He said we are unserious. Now we accept. Let's accept that we are unserious, right?
So
if Voice of Liberia is unserious, you always following Voice of Liberia activities. You listening to our show, and you know, put your data to watch us live. Who do you think you are? Are you not more unserious than us? I wonder how someone will give it to me.
Sorry, no disrespect, please. If you consider it,
no disrespect. I will give him the time to talk, and he please himself.
If you considered my position as being unprofessional and biased, please, I beg you, yes, I accept it. What I'm about to say, I just thought that we should allow the fool in such a person to play on by giving him ample time. Please accept my description. Accept the bias. If you consider me unprofessional, yes, I accept it. But it is because I want to describe that person that way, giving all that he said. I just thought that he should explain the fool out of himself. Because that's what he portrays of himself. You say the platform is unserious. The platform is losing relevance. But yet, you devoted time, energy, resources to call on the platform so that the rest of the people around the world will hear you. If you know that it has lost relevance, then you will not attach your relevance to it. You will attach your relevance to Unity Party radio stations. 2, on Unification Day, supporter of Joseph Yuma Boakai, president of Liberia, saying that. 3, we take that as a compliment. It motivates us. It energizes us the more. We aren't deterred. No, we don't have soft skin. We are men and women. We've heard more than that, Chief. We heard more than that. We received text messages. We received a lot more. When everybody on the radio opened their telephones and talking about it, you know what makes Voice of Liberia different from the rest of the people? We don't come out and say the person threatening or we receive a threat message. That small radio stations, small people behind the microphone can get jittered yelling. No, as we receive it, we read, we delete. Because we already brace ourselves for it. That's what comes with public service. Every one of us into public service, the politicians, the legislators, the president, his people, the military, the medical people, everybody into public service, everybody exposed to condemnation, trials, temptations, every other thing. So we brace ourselves. So saying that, it doesn't discourage us, Chief. We're not timid. No, not at all, Chief. But you don't want to keep the fool in yourself. So use your time, energy, resources to call on a platform that you consider irrelevant. You and the platform who irrelevant. So we gave you a chance. We got absolutely nothing. You know why it's hurting you? The same thing. You accuse the radio station, Joe, we are supported. Who Unity Party supporting? Y'all don't cause us to start putting some things outside, and at the end of the day, I know you'll feel it. You want to say, oh, the radio station there, the media, they're fighting each other. What kind of radio station? You think we don't know how Unity Party radio stations are being paid? Punch FM? Punch FM is not Unity, it's not Joe Boaka station. Spoon FM, not Joe Boaka station. We must name all Unity Party radio stations. What are they reporting? Who are they lambasting? They're not lambasting the opposition. Why you can put on the audacity? Go on the radio station and talk. You know why you don't want to do it? Because they will not give you relevance. Why they will not give you relevance? Because they know that you aren't a relevant character. So you come on Voice of Liberia, you think Voice of Liberia is the safe haven, and truly it's the safe haven.
So, Chief, Uncle Sam,
let's move forward, man. Let's move forward. No, Dra. Yeah, we're not giving, Dra, we're not giving him credence. Yeah. You see, something in life, that's why sometimes Segu can give them a chance to talk, to say what they want to say. Not necessarily that they are important, but sometimes in life, you allow the person to bring the fool out of himself. When you finish, then you put sense in his head. The next time, this man will not do it. What Joe Boaga doing? We're not go to the president because you people, you're just trying to create something. We're not go to the president. When the president did what is right, we say. If the president do whatever, we say. So it's not because of you we'll go to the president. No, the president ain't got nothing to do with this. But you live with the hurt, the pains. Go set up your own radio station and be talking about the government or in favor of the government. If it hurts you, nonsense. Hello? We'll not let anything to go. When you call, you make sense. We'll embarrass you. Yes.
Hello, Sam.
Yeah, let's hear you, your Chief.
Yeah, my man. Don't forget about that, man. This is
no. You see, listen, in Liberia, this time, the country that we're in now, at first, let me tell you, a professional, I never used to do it. Yeah, honestly, hold the line. Throughout my media work, throughout the years, I've never reacted to people. I've never used any platform. You call, you say any kind of thing. But you know why? It's getting too much now. When you silent, people think that you're losing your mind. They think that they have sense more than you. So I decided in 2024, anybody you call and you say nonsense, I will send the same nonsense back to you. Then you will stop saying nonsense.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But I don't know this government. You just had an election that critically divided the country. And then you have a month that came in right after your inauguration. It is Unification Day. And see look at the speech you're reading from the Vice President. Man, it's sickening, man. Yeah? The Grenadier can say that black. What's going on in this country? They don't need business to reconcile this country. The country is already divided. Then you have your reconciliation and unification program. You don't even say, oh, let me say, how they call decentralize this program from county to county. Then you need business. What's going on? Let's take it, man, Sam. Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Sam, and the other guy in studio. I do join you from GSA. I'm PMB Wilson. I want to first say that the Vice President Unification Day speech is unrealistic. The first issue when it comes to development is unity. We have an election in 2023, and it shows that the country was divided on a blue and green line. Just imagine a slack victory. The first National Unification Day after your victory, you are giving a kind of unrealistic speech to the Laban people. What I do think, in such a given election that you want with a slack margin, it's prudent to invite political stakeholders, civil society organizations, and the Liberian people to have a very united program and bringing a reconciliation message to the people. Lastly, how can you talk about a country that is united and you are boasting of your government bringing the people together when you are carrying on selectiveness in your government? The Governance Commission commissioners are under investigation for financial malpractice, which is not by LTA, which is not by. What Grace is doing to the Minister of State when he dish out money to lawmakers to furnish their office? What happening to local? What happened to NASCO the money to took for them to buy 5 additional cars?
No, that corruption. When I talk about it, the message inauguration.
What happened to Melta family who used our 750,000 without no account?
That one, they're not looting. They're not looting the resources. That one, not looting a broad day stealing.
You see it? So these are things we say. You don't be selective. When you want to start with corruption, you first start with another money, the money that was given to our broad district, the 365,000 when the investors.
My man, leader man, more coming up. More coming up. Unity Party said he will be shamed. You know the corruption that taking place? Yeah, your own Martin Collins said you're going to get account of the money. The assets recovery money. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, that's what Jesus said. He who has not seen, let him be the first to throw the stone. Let's hear you, yeah.
Brother, I want to have my name, Albany, Georgia. These people are very sick and tired of this nation. I guess about the grace of God we are looking at. I agree. Our leader that will dance the tune of the devil is not a leader. The country will never move forward. Will always get at hatred for one another. Since the people took over, we can see light. Real light, we can't see it for ourselves. I'm so disappointed in Liberia, especially we Liberia, because we are not serious-minded people.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Your name and where you call from?
I was on the line, I told him, and he told me to say it's okay.
Yeah, so what have you to say again? Let's do it quick. So we'll go to Eddie Javalo. The vessel Eddie Javalo dropped.
The reconciliation message from the president. We are not going to say we analyze these things as it no sense is that. It don't make no sense to us. We like you. But we look for it. Yeah. So, my brother, I thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. That's it. That's how we come to the end of the call session. We talk few things, and then we see how it is going to be decided today in the premiership. So Eddie Jaulo, head of the National Youth Movement for Transparent Elections, they will do this barometer, not only NEMOT, but I read two other civil society institutions. They will appraise, and at the end of the day, they come up with a report. They will wait after the person is in two ways. If Dry announces something, how he's going to do it, they will take that information and keep it. And if Dry attaches time to himself, 50 days, they will start to track from the first day up to the 50. The second way is, with no time attached, they just look at your work and then they come out with their appraisal. So a barometer survey takes two forms, or it is in twofold. The president announced that in 100 days what he was going to achieve. This civil society organization, NEMOT, came out with their appraisal of the president's delivery. No sooner had Eddie Jaulo, head of NEMOT, concluded, they descended on him, said that he was not credible. In fact, he go around soliciting money. His organization is not credible. All kinds of things they had to say, just as this one who just called and say, we joined the list. To join the list, a bad thing. Now, good thing, at least you have the right to join the list. So, NEMOT Partners for Democratic Development, they will present a summary of their findings from the tracking and monitoring of the president's implementation of commitments and promises. So according to them, the president's administration will tackle a robust plan with 107 deliverables. 107 deliverables across several sectors since he took office on January 22nd. According to Eddie Jaulo, of these, 11 constituting 10% are completed. That means 10%, 11 have been completed mathematically by the ratio is 10%. 45 constituting 42% are in progress. 51 constituting 40% remain unrated due to lack of available information. That means they could not rate it as their standard because there's no information to that. They did not have privilege to that information. That's why I say due to lack of available information, signaling the need for proactive measures to fulfill the commitments to the Liberian people. Then the next thing is let's go to, as quickly as we can, to Representative Sam P. Jala. Representative Sam P. Jala was here yesterday answering several questions. One of those questions Joa posed to him was the War and Economic Crimes Code and the assets recovery. He said on the War Crimes Code, he supports it, but the way it went, the way the people started it wasn't the way they needed to go. It needed to be taken to the people and let them have their say instead of just moving with sentiment to have it signed. Or, yes, the president signed it, which means the office has been set up, giving rise to the office.
I wanted it to go back to the people, have a town hall conversation, And maybe the typical generic population will say, oh, the town. So, but the fact that I didn't sign the email, I didn't say I supported, I won. I just wanted the record to carry that. Another thing regarding the question you asked, I hear people talking about, oh, the code must be established outside Liberia for the fear that people, then my thing is, then why you want it? If you think the people will riot against it, then why do you want it? Then it just tell you that the people too don't want it. Because the thing about it is, if you say the government is for and by the people, then you want to listen to the people. That's the first thing. Do I not want Joseph? There are certain things in life don't happen in a vacuum. Liberians on the low scale now are living on less than $1. Do you want to call the people that think they want to put in the millions to have the codes established to improve the life of Liberia? My friend, imagine you can get 75 to 80% of your population working in that woman. Nobody will get them, but who you carrying the code? Justice will be served. But at the point where people see spending money on issues that they themselves not getting the life that they deserve, only because somebody want to get somebody because of justice, in my opinion, for me, it's a procedural thing. If I'm asked, the code must be built here. What is causing the code to not be built must be solved. If the issue of the TRC say you must go to the victim and the perpetrator have conversation, do it, start on that. Then when you come to the code, you will not have the fear of people coming to riot against you. That's my point. When last you heard the government information arm taking the 2, 3, 4 hours, coming to all the radio stations and not doing pick and choose to have the education of the people? I normally tell people you can make a good policy. If the people for whom the policy are made are not thought about the policy, that policy will fail.
Representative Sem P. Njala, he represents Swan Mecca D3 in the legislature. You hear more of that on the show tomorrow. Then the president of Liberia, they're playing today. They say they're playing the police. The president of Liberia is in tatters. The president of Liberia has brought itself so low. The president of Liberia has lost its relevance. We feel sorry for the president of Liberia. All of us are members of the president of Liberia. We try the best we can from our own standpoint to have it resolved, because it's been long now, the crisis, it's been very long, but it seems there isn't any solution coming too soon. The lawyer who is leading one of the factions, Julius Kanamba team, said they're going to court on Friday. We don't know, but we can only hope that they try to do what is required in accordance with the law and let the matter be put to rest or brought to a closure. But the president of Liberia has lost its relevance, and I don't think we have a press union now. No, I don't think so, because everything, the law put a stay order on everything PUL until the matter is resolved. And that left international partners not doing business with the president of Liberia. We tried getting the lawyer in, but it didn't materialize as we had planned it. And it's all because today is Unification Day, holiday, so a couple of reasons were given why he can be in. But let's see how it goes. Maybe we can get his side, whether they're going to withdraw the case or it's going to be heard before he goes to court on Friday in Banga. Okay. So we go home on the sporting note. So it's a terrible situation, difficult situation. A nervous situation is going to be this evening. If Tottenham wins, Arsenal going to be back. Mm-hmm. If Mercedes wins, it's all over for Tottenham Drive.
Yeah, certainly, like you said, right? The game on tonight between Tottenham Sport and Manchester City is a very, very interesting and threatening game on tonight, because given the league title, to either of the team, it derives or will derive from the gameplay on tonight between Tottenham and Manchester City. You know, as we speak, Arsenal tapping the Premier League table with just 1 point ahead of Man City. But Man City has one game today to equalize their game to 37. And when they play the game today, it will reach them to 37. And when they play the 37 games, if they reach the point, that will accumulate them, currently as we speak, they have played 36 games. Man City has played 36 games. They got 85 points. And Arsenal has played 37 games with 86 points. So Arsenal is ahead of Man City just a 1 point. Yes. And they are tapping the table, but then Man City still got one game like today. So if they will play Tottenham today and win, then they will tap the table, over Arsenal with 85, 86, 87, 88 points. So they will be tapping 2 points difference. So when it ends like that, because
a draw would mean what for Man City?
A draw will still place Man City in a better position because Man City now has more goals than Arsenal.
And a draw for Man City will mean what for Arsenal?
A draw for Man City will still put Arsenal in a difficult situation where if it is a goalless draw, Man City will tap because Man City got 91 goals in favor with 33 goals against. Then Arsenal has 89 goals in favor and 28 goals against. So goal cancel goal. Let me do the mathematics here and see. Goal cancel because the point will tie. Just in case Man City draw with Tottenham, 1-1 or goalless draw, it will place Arsenal will still be in a better position. That means the goal tie will be 3.
So Arsenal hope is for Tottenham to win Man City.
Yes, Tottenham to draw Man
City. That Man City should draw 3 points.
Yes.
And they win their last game.
Yes. Then automatically, even if City will win their last game because they get one more game. As we speak,
City has an outstanding.
Yes, City still got one more. So different from the Tottenham spot. City still got one more game. So now Arsenal got one more game. Their last game they got here will be let me see. Arsenal last game in this 2024 will be Everton. They're playing Everton and they'll be playing Everton home. So you see how the celebration will be? If Man City lose the game against Tottenham today, then Arsenal will celebrate the Premier League Cup or the Premiership Cup on the Wembley Stadium in their own home against Everton. And that means they have to take the game serious against Everton again, because if they lose Everton game, then City wins their last game. And City last game will be let me see. City got their last game with West Ham. So West Ham, City will beat West Ham. The only tough game right now is Sports. And trust me, from all indication, the last time, last season, City, if City wins this, City will be winning the trophy 4 times in a row. And they will be the first team ever to do that in the history of the Premier League. And no other team has won it, in sequence like how City has won it, and they'll be winning 4 times.
So the pressure is on which one of them, Man City or Arsenal?
The pressure is actually now on Man City, because if Man City wins the game, it goes against Arsenal, and if Tottenham wins the game, it's in favor of Arsenal. So the pressure is on Arsenal right now. Though we agree, Man City is in the position, but the Man City we know, Man City does not take any game lightly. Every game is final. That their coach will always tell them.
Yeah, but it's going to be a little bit nervy for Man City because they playing away, and their approach to that game or tonight's game is key.
So now, another good position for Tottenham If Tottenham win the 2 remaining games, they will enter 4th place in front of Aston Villa. Aston Villa is situated at the 4th place to play Champions League, and Tottenham Sport will want to play Champions League, so they want to take this game very seriously. So last night we saw Liverpool drawing with Aston Villa drawing with Liverpool 3-3. So it was a tough game. You know, at the end of the season or the close of the season, the various games can be very serious. So be as it may, don't you take it anyhow. For me, I go for Manchester City tonight. City will take the night. City will win this game, and City will win it. And City got to be careful.
All fans, all Arsenal fans, going to throw their support behind
sports.
Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur.
But even you are Barcelona fan.
But I'm going for City. Even if Pep went in a hole, I will go with him. Yeah. Everywhere Pep goes, I will go.
The Barcelona solidarity.
Yes, we're going for Pep.
Yeah, certainly. So it's going to be a very, very, and City have to be careful, because you know what I'm sensing is that to really give City the chance to win this thing 4 times in a row, is a kind of difficult thing. And they will want to do, the English people, they sometimes can appear like they don't want somebody setting record. Not that the Spanish people, if you deserve it, but the Spanish people too can do it at times. So City to allow Pep to win this thing 4 times in a row, this is something the people will have to really look at seriously, because
the referee, the VAR refs will have to be on top of their game tonight.
But that's where they can play the game at time. The VAR they will appear as if they are in your interest, but when you look, they will not be in your interest, because they have already told them that let's do it possible that Arsenal take the season, because Arsenal are going 20 season now.
No, Arsenal can't take anything. We can't allow it. Okay, let's take a few calls on this one, just the sporting aspect. That's how we to close the show, that Unification Day now. So we talk all sports. In Liberia, we say sports is a reconciling factor. Only the sports. Don't talk politics. 0770-907-907. Which way you going tonight? Man City versus Tottenham Hotspur. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon again, Sam, and to the guys in studio.
Draw, Edwin Melvin Draw.
Okay, Edwin, thank you for the analysis. The 9-year issue is going to be the total disaster. And I'm a Barcelona fan, and I'm also a man who always go beyond City. Okay, and City need to win to put themselves in a better position to clean the title for the 4th time. But then Arsenal, on the other hand, is praying that City drop points, either a draw or a loss for City.
Okay,
will
Chief.
Give them the position. So, but for me, I see the game as a 3-1 win in favor of City.
That's good. That's good. Nice one. On Unification Day. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you. What is your name and where you call from? Which way you going on Unification Day in the Premiership? Tottenham versus Manchester City.
Yeah, I'm Steven Freeman, calling from Chairman.
Let's hear you.
I'm a very strong supporter of Gunners.
You're Arsenal fan?
Yeah, the Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan.
And you feel power on Unification Wednesday?
Yeah, the reason Arsenal didn't do well for Tottenham. So Tottenham won't pay back for good. What I'm saying, Arsenal should have beaten Aston Villa, and today Aston Villa won't be having 68 points.
My man, when talking all I want, you hear the thing your dry said? You talking that you scary. Thank you, sir.
Tottenham looking for space. Tottenham will be looking for space. The thing is not about Tottenham playing the game for Man City or against Arsenal. Tottenham by herself, if she wins the 2 games in a row, they might secure themselves a Champions League space. Then,
but you listen to one of the legend of Tottenham who solicited 30,000 signatures on the fair, saying today Tottenham should feature that 115. The people want to hear Arsenal feeling. The rivalry between Tottenham and Arsenal is a big rivalry. In fact, that's one of the biggest rivalry when it comes to London.
Okay, thank you.
Chelsea is now about to Arsenal equal to Arsenal.
So you will watch the game?
I would have been a game of phone.
Okay. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, what is your name? And where you are?
I'm Martin Lauren from Cinco.
Which way you going on Unification Tuesday? Tottenham, Man City? City FM.
Citizens. We are the citizens.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You are a very good guy. Everything will work for you unificationally. All right. Hello? Hello? Yeah.
They will have a game to near to the big message.
Look out. My man, move on the line, man.
I think we could hear you when you say Sam, yeah, no problem, right? When they're talking the kind of things, you know, they can talk without reality. At least when you say they will beat Man City, forget about the 2-0. It's not possible Tottenham in the kind of crucial time Tottenham beat Man City 2-0. He said Man City can score a goal. Even if Tottenham will win the game, but he can't stop City from scoring goal in the game. Let's stop the kind of being unrealistic.
But
analysis,
Dry also possible. We have seen the game can end 1-0. Sorry, you're going 90 minutes.
2-0. No, he said 2-0. It's not possible.
A Champions League atmosphere.
2-0. City. I beg you. They said that we know.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. How you doing?
Yeah. What is your name and where you call from?
I know we're not sure. You come with this.
So which way you are going on Unification Tuesday? Tottenham or Manchester City?
Tottenham for sure.
Yeah.
Hello?
You Arsenal fan?
Tottenham.
My man, want to know you Arsenal fan?
Yeah, that's Arsenal fan.
You gonna?
Tonight gonna be a sleepless night.
Of course, Arsenal fan, but today they won again because they won't play a championship.
My man, you concerned about Arsenal, Tottenham Champions League space. You concerned about your own team. Don't pretend. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, Christian, which way you going? City, Arsenal?
Arsenal.
You going for Tottenham, eh?
Yeah.
Because you Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I'm going to Tottenham.
You're Arsenal fan, eh? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Seven time around. From nature,
yeah, let's hear you, Alphonse. Which way you going?
My brother, I go for City.
You going for City?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so nice of you, man.
I know a good team.
Yeah, my man, you are a realist. You are a football realist. Thank you very much. Everything shall go well with you. Hello?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, what is your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Solomon Kamara, calling from Piama.
Which way you going? Tottenham? Mesere? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. It shall be well for us. Thank you very much. Everything shall go well with you this evening. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Jim Edward. I'm calling for Togo Community.
Let's hear you.
I'll be in support of those things for beating Man City, and I also supporting Arsenal because my team, they were both as platform.
Okay. So I look at the other man. What man?
Yeah, he don't want City to set a record. I'm telling you, boy. If City wins, City will win it 4 times in a row, and to see it in the kind of modern football,
it will be unprecedented.
Yeah, that the reason supposed that he gotta go against City.
My team has lost points, everything. Yesterday, 2-3 things. So I'm strong supporter of Arsenal for them to get a special for now.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Jackson Poning try. It look there. He wants to make his input. We'll try to get Jackson Poning on. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. What is your name and where you calling from? Jackson Poning, you can call back. Let's hear you. Which way you going?
Tottenham first.
Tottenham?
Yeah, Tottenham
You Arsenal fan?
They don't allow one team to continue winning the Premier League.
But thought you that you Arsenal fan.
All that started together.
Yeah.
I suppose first.
Okay. Thank you ever so much. Let's pick up Jackson Pony. Yes. Welcome to the show, Mr. Pony.
Good afternoon, Mr. Amjo. This is Jackson. I'm called from Ghana.
Yeah. So which way are you going?
Sam, I'm going for City. City will win again today. Trust me. That thing Arsenal proposed saying
Why are you going for City?
I believe that City is one of the best team in England. And for sure, Pep is one of the best coach also in England. But I can tell you that City will take the trophy at the end of the day.
You showed or you just
100% sure that City will beat today game and City will take the trophy. Looking at the caliber of player that City have and looking at the present position of City, City definitely want to take that trophy, Sam.
Yes.
Even though I'm a Barcelona, also City is my second choice.
It looks like we're going to witness the first of the Real Champions League final.
No, definitely. Even as I'm speaking to you, I'm preparing to go and watch the game. Our Black Tech team, our regulars or spot to see the game tonight.
Yeah, my man. You have to console your namesake. I'm told.
Yeah, sure. I just communicated with Jackson and the others. Definitely will win the game today.
Yeah, but how before you go, Mr. Pony, what if it doesn't go the way all of us want it? Honestly, this is sports, so I can impute my sentiment into it. I support City too. But what if it doesn't go our way?
No, Sam. Let's forget that side. It will definitely go our way. Trust me.
I mean, we gotta be careful too. You know, the men they get more, they can't bury all.
City will take the day.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you got a big deal that I can beat you.
Okay, so, so that's what the call we got to take on the segment. So let me just give you a few analysis on how City has led, the Premier League since 2020, 2021. So 2021, City won the Premiership with 12-point margin. They won it with 86 points, and Liverpool had 74 points. So they won it in 2021 with 12-point margin. In 2021-2022, City won it with 93 points. And Liverpool ended second place with 92 points. So City won it with 1-point margin. And you see the magic Pega Dragon play. Now in 2022-2023, City won it 89 points. And Arsenal 84 points. So they're 5 points different, or 5 points margin. 2023-2024, as we speak in the season, currently Arsenal got 86 points. When Arsenal win the last game, they will reach up to 89 points. And that means they have ended the entire season with 89 points. Then currently, as we speak, City got 85 points. So if City wins the bottom 2 games, including the Tottenham tonight and Western, they will move to 91 points. So if the game or season ends like this, City wins the bottom 2 games and Arsenal win her last 1 game, the season will end, City accumulating 91 points and Arsenal 89 points. And there will be just 2 points margin. So this will be the second time City will be, crucially eliminating Arsenal or winning the Premiership, even Arsenal in the Premier League of 2023, 2024, and 2022, 2023. So that's the statistics as we speak currently.
Before we go, Drum, you need to tell us what are the players we need to look out for in tonight's match that could be title decider or the winner.
Okay, so with
Tottenham,
Arsenal, with City, that's
Tottenham and Man City. What are the players from Tottenham we have to keep eyes on that could make a difference? The player or players from Manchester City that we need to look out for, even though Pep, the person, when you're thinking about draw, somebody can come from the beginning and say Blanza. But just tell us, you've been following the game.
Yeah,
the
so,
kind of players we need to watch out for.
Yeah, so for City will have to be very careful with Son, the number 7, the guy who wears the number 7, but he playing the striker role tonight. So City is playing. That's it. Tottenham playing like 4-2-3-1. That's the formation they use in 4-2-3-1. And in the kind of formation, it is a bit difficult to succeed. Why? Because you're playing with one striker, and you got what the guy named Madison wearing the number 10. He's one of the guys who Tottenham always relying on, and he's always securing Tottenham space. You know, in a dime minute, I don't know, one goal can, you know, 1 or 2 only can, you know, in the game. They get the other Papi, you know, Papi Matas Sa. He's one of the good stars for Tottenham too. Then with Manchester City, you got Haaland. They both teams are playing with the same formation, 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1. That's the same formation the both teams have offered here that they will be using 4-3-2-1. Then you got Haaland playing the striker role. Normally he is the striker. Behind Haaland, you got Phil Foden, you got Kevin De Bruyne, you got Bernardo Silva, you got Kovacic, you know, and
so those are the guys.
No, for City, the 3 players that behind Haaland is not a figure right now. I can tell you for free, if Haaland will score in the game, it will just be by the grace of God. But pet formation right now, they 4-2-3-1. The people pet depending on to deliver City tonight will be Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. That the 3 people
and that Silva man is the one who does all the damages.
Yeah, so those 3 players, trust me, those 3 players are the players pet depending on to deliver, you know, for tonight's games. And what I'm sensing is that the game this season is the best season for Phil Foden. Phil Foden, all of the seasons he has played, this is the best season, and he has been spotted at the number 1 present favor for the Premier League player of the season.
All right.
Yeah, which will land Trossard from Arsenal as well.
We already into time, but it's holiday, and we just have to squeeze or steal 2 or 3 minutes. Arsenal now, how do you think Tottenham is going to approach it? You think they're going to with a quick attack or counter, just Arsenal, aggressive, or they're going to sit with look for loose ball, launch counter, because they are the ones who are the under favorite, and Manchester City is the favorite. So you think that's the approach they're going to use?
So the approach Tottenham will want to use tonight, from what I'm sensing, they want to use counter. And you know, Man City by all costs, all of them can score, and they will be looking for goal in the game. So as soon as the game starts, you will see that almost all of them will be running, and they want to score, because once you're leading 1-0 or 2-1,
it demoralizes your
opponent. So City will be looking for goal in the first 15 minutes. So the first 15 minutes of this game, if Tottenham Sport can use that as an opportunity to create a goal chance, to score at least 1 or 2, it will put them in a better position. But in the first 15 minutes, if they can't find goal, City will have to score on them, because City will do everything possible. All of them will be going because they won't go. Okay. That's the mentality Pep Guardiola will give them, that we need goal.
So let's have your prediction. Let's have your prediction. How is going to go for us?
Yeah, for me, you know, City can surprise the world at times.
Don't try to call anything. How is it going to go for us? Are we going to win 1-0, 2-0, 3-1, 3-2?
I can say 1-0. City will win the game more than 1. Be talking around 4 and 5. Trust me.
Man, don't put when I said when we come out here tomorrow, I'll be start blasting also.
That's my prediction. From 3 to 5. That range, 3 to 5.
But my man Tottenham are beating, man. I just say
let it go ask Man U and Tottenham are beating. Let it go ask Man U and T.
Yeah, but when I ask
the only team that get hard time to City this season, that Aston Villa. Aston beat Man City back-to-back this season, so they took 6 points out of Man City, you know, so they really, you know, perform. That's the only team that beat City back-to-back. First leg, Arsenal won City, and second leg, they drew. So, you know, that's how it went. But trust me, from 3 goals to 5, Sitting will be in between there from 3 to 5. The other be 3, the other be 4 or 5. Trust me.
When it happened that I will come by here tomorrow when the people blasting that you will answer. I'll just sit in the back.
No, man. You put that we on tomorrow. So folks, we want to say thanks to all of you.
Yeah, man.
I've been Edwin Melvin Joa. Let's hope that we meet again, God willing, on tomorrow on Bit and Pieces.
Unification Tuesday. That's how we go home. My name is Sam Andrews. Shalom.
Don't trouble nothing too much, you know.
One, two.